Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of Mad Max. As always, we're going to jump directly in. As of the last episode, we finally moved into a new area, and it's not that I wasn't having fun with the game, but my interest in it really reinvigorated just by having, like, all of these new icons open up. I don't even know what it is, because it's not, you know, it's similar to what we were doing down here, but I guess just getting a little bit of story to go on. The history relic I'll probably go get, but we should have a mission here, I think, from Pink Eye someplace. Yep, she's upstairs. And I'm not going to have any of these project pieces yet. I'm not going to worry about getting those. I don't know how to get upstairs to her yet, because we just unlocked this area. Wait, how do you get up to her? Okay, so there's a bridge over there. So we get up to that level, and I don't see it yet, but, I mean, let's look around here. Yeah, this just looks like a little cage. Let me go check over here. It, again, looks a lot like a... Nope, there's some stairs. I see them. Now, we're recording this very early on a Saturday. We're doing it here because later on today, there's going to be a watch party in Mia's Discord, and wanted to make sure that we had a chance to play something, because I'm looking forward to the watch party as well.
The time has come for us to uproot. There's no way we can stand up to Gastown. I'm sending my young ones away. Across the Great White. Out the unknown.
They'll run out of fuel and die.
But we're not using fuel. We'll build a dune ship on wheels with a sail to catch the wind.
Why are you telling me this?
I think you might help me, for a price. I've found a fitting sail. I know where to get it, but not how. As reward, treasure from the days of old, still buried beneath the dunes and ruins.
Odd place to end that conversation. And hello to Caroluna. Caroluna, I hope that you're having a great Saturday so far. Pink Eye intends to cross the Big Nothing and flee the rising madness of Scrotus, but her crew lacks a good sail for their dune vessel. Scrotus has set up a big dew collector in a nearby camp. Tyrant Slash using an old advertisement banner. Secure the banner for Pink Eye. A history relic photo showing the secret stash of tires. Okay, that sounds incredibly unappealing as a reward, but
signal when it's safe.
oh, and I didn't, that's right, because we don't have any upgrades here, I didn't get back my gas, my water. I mean, we're good on water, I'm sure we're good on gas, but I'm just sort of like taking note of the fact that what we didn't get back was like the shivs or the bullets or anything like that. I have scrap to spare, so, you know, what is the point of holding on to all this scrap unless we spend it on stuff? Caroluna says, so far so good. Alright, so we got that, yep. And I'm just gonna upgrade the scrap. It's not that I think that I have more scrap than I'll ever need. It's that this will provide some reason or incentive to go around and get more scrap. Stronghold improved. Again, I personally not really sure in what ways. I don't, you know, I'm doing this because I want to, but honestly, I'm still a little bit unclear on how doing these scrap investments into the facility helps me. Like, are there certain projects that aren't available until after you've grown the stronghold? Or maybe it's just that. Like, I just got a new legend rank. I'm good with it either way. You know, it's the same reason that I give water to the Wastelanders. I don't always know what benefit, if any, I'm getting for that. I just like doing it.
They'll die out there.
Oh, we're propelled by the elements. It's not right, I tell you. Combustion is the only way to fly.
Okay. So let's see where, like, the game wants us to go. We've got something over there. So here is the Tyrant's Lash camp. So if I go directly there, is there anything cool to do on the way? Is this the history? God damn it. Yeah, let's stop and get the history relic. So in just news that isn't of any specific interest to anyone, I had a chance to talk to my friend HW, and I said, "Hey, would you be interested?" Actually, that's not how I phrased it at all. Hold on, that's completely disingenuous. I said to him, Mia really wants to play Dungeons and Dragons with you. Like, she wants to... Okay, again, actually, that's not how I phrased it. Mia really wants to play a role-playing game with you, and he was the one that sort of, like, leapt to the conclusion that it was Dungeons and Dragons, and very, very much to my surprise, he expressed interest in playing. If there's one thing that... Oh, hold on. Max, come on! It's an open window! I'm the clumsiest man in the world, and I could get through this! Okay, just we can continue complaining about it, or see if we can find a way in. I fully believed that HW was gonna immediately say, no, I'm not interested. No, it's a cheating game. It's cheating. Can't play Dungeons and Dragons. What? Okay. I see the dentures. Is that also a giant pile of teeth? So the guy gets these mismatched old teeth from, I guess, mass graves, and then makes dentures out of them. They don't let anything go to waste here, not anything. We got a thing or two to learn from these people. Signed, Carrie.
Nothing goes to waste. Everything was something.
Yeah, I will say this again, because I like to have a record of it, just in case the question ever comes up. When I die, you can take every part of me to help someone else. That includes teeth. If somebody would benefit from having dentures made from my teeth, go right ahead. If dental students can learn something, because I'm not using them anymore, right? To me, personally, have at them. Wait, is this, Well, you know what? I just... Wait. To reveal all scavenging locations, complete survey crew projects in Stronghold. So, yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Again, if I'm going to drive by it, I might as well pick it up. Because I just spent, like, a couple thousand scrap. Oh. We're going to keep doing this until there's no more people to help. Hey, I won't give you a ride, and I won't give you weapons, I won't give you knives, and I won't give you advice on where you can seek shelter, but I will give you water.
Order some water.
And also, what was very surprising to me is that, so, when we were growing up, and because I've known HW for well over most of my life, when we were growing up, HW was like he liked wizards, he liked the idea of wizards, but the thing about second edition Dungeons and Dragons is that in the early levels they really did not make wizards very much fun. And so over the course of like the couple years that we ever tried to play it, he sort of got it into his head that wizards were weak, bookish lameoids who couldn't actually do anything of value. And the fact that sort of role-playing design since then has, oh boy, really come away from that to make sure that all the classes are fun to play at all levels. Like, he just had moved away from pen and paper role-playing games, and even computer role-playing games, and at some point had locked in on sword and board fighter. What do you want to play? I want to play the guy with a sword in one hand and a shield in the other, and that's the archetype that he plays. And it has been for years and years and years. So imagine my surprise when I mentioned to him that in Dungeons & Dragons, Mia was going to be playing a drow barbarian, and I sort of read to him the list of like standard classes in 5th edition, and I was like, what is interesting? And I thought for sure fighter, because of course. And he goes, actually Ranger is what appealed to him. And I'm like, awesome. Like I didn't push back on that at all, because it, you know, Rangers are super cool in 5th edition. I'm going to give away the rest of my water to these folks. Also, I'm going to do a little combat roll on the way out of the car, just to really show off that I'm doing fine. Hello, wanderers. And actually, I should roll back slightly. The first thing that he said is, I'm concerned that we won't have anybody to heal us. So I pointed out to him that in 5th edition, there's all sorts of rules to be able to hire or to have a sidekick who has some healing abilities. So, like, don't worry about it. Like, it's like you play what you want, play what seems fun, and then we'll work out the rest as we go. All right, I don't know if I disabled that car. I didn't do anything to disable that car. And I hear them, like, roaring in there, so let me just see if I can do that. Actually, take no damage from that. You would think that an explosion at that range would at least burst your eardrums. Was it that guy's car? He was the only one here? All right. That works out for me. Now, there's a balloon there, and it does look like it's tethered. Is this a tether or a zip line? This looks like a zip line, actually. Now, I'm going to grab one of these because I don't know why it would be there unless I needed to use it. Yeah, I don't even need that dog food down there, or maggot farm, whatever it is. Oh, okay. So, there's a bridge here, and I'm going to bet that I need to blow that up. There we go. This is a little bit like, we talked as earlier in this playthrough, but it's a point that I've made to Mia, that games teach you a language over time, and especially when you're getting started, you want to pay attention to... Okay, why did that just happen? Okay. I can't jump that. Max jumps like an average human. Like, oh, you know what? What if I use the car to, like, use the tow line to lift that back up? Will that work? There's never been anything like that before in the game. It's always been pull things over, but I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Nope, hold on. It was not locking on anyway. No. That would have been awesome if you could use the car to like lift it back up. But no. I don't want to overthink this. Can't hook it from the other side. And I am pressing B, just so you know. It's not just a lack of like a lock-on point, because sometimes you can shoot things that aren't otherwise indicated. So
stay put.
Oh, hello to Jab. I can't climb up here, can I? I mean, a human could, but Max can't. Well, okay, let's try jumping it. I'm gonna get a good sprint going, and I'm gonna left trigger. I don't think this will work. It was actually somewhat worse. I didn't jump correctly. Let's try it again. But again, his sprinting jump goes like that. It's like a little hop. Like, and here's why I'm locked into this. What was the point of knocking down the bridge to get over here unless the way forward was also here? And no, you can't go up the zip line unless there's some later upgrade that allows you to do it. Oh, Carol Luna says evening. Is it evening for you? Okay, let's try it one more time and jump a little bit earlier. Grr. Yeah, he doesn't mantle. This is not a parkouring game. So let's expand our view on what we can or should be doing, because maybe this is a comeback later situation, but let's take a quick look at it. Let's try to get a good view of it. So we got the bridge that goes over there. If we could get there, you can see the ladder up and then the pathway up. It really looks like we're expected to go this way. Carolina saying actually it's 3 p.m. Okay, well, hold on. I mean, this is more things that we can explode. Maybe this back piece falls. Or maybe it absorbs all sound and doesn't do anything. I don't see any other obvious explodey things. Boy, this is a good one. I'm thinking that I might just go and come back later, because there might be a piece of gear that we're missing, or there might be some other environmental clue that I don't recognize yet. I'm also looking for things that are yellow, because yellow things like hooks and, yellow things are interactable. Sometimes you can clamber up onto them, sometimes there's ladders that you can climb, and sometimes there's, like, hooks and carabiners and other things that you can smash, either by getting close to them or shooting them with explosives. And I see... boy, howdy, nothing. I see nothing here that I can interact with. Can you... yeah, see, this is Max's climbing ability. Yeah, I'm not going to spend this stream on this puzzle, but let me just pick one of these up. The bridge was there. The bridge fell. There's no capacity, like Max himself doesn't have a grappling hook to pull it back up here. It doesn't have a Lara Croft or a Just Cause 2. We can't jump the gap, and we can't climb up any other way. And I can't figure anything else that I would shoot it with this boomstick. I'm gonna have to come back later. Yeah, alright. I don't think it's a bug. I think that either there's something I don't know to look at yet, or there's something that I need and don't have. It's still... you guys, it wants me to go do this so much. Let's go down here, or up here, and we're going to continue heading on towards Tyrant Lash's camp. Now, usually camps have some kind of... like a lookout spot or something that you can use to get information about them. You know, like one of the other wastelanders in the world will be there.
Hurry up and fix the car.
Sure, will do.
Okay, what is everybody doing? Go here. I want to look at the camp.
I gotta get into that camp.
Okay, I see nothing from here, including nothing to shoot, which is another thing that I didn't consider with the balloon site that we just left. Is there anything I can or should shoot? Like this antenna-looking thing that's not an antenna, that doesn't look like anything that I can shoot. Shooting the balloon is the opposite of what I want. There is a light up there that would draw the eye, but I don't see anything shootable up there either. Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. Wait, Carolina's saying 7,777 scrap. Is that a thing? Also, there's a scrap pile here somewhere. Oh, okay. So I just saw a way in. Yeah, I'm coming. I'll be right up. I'll meet you on top of this shipping container. Oh. Here he comes. Nope. Okay, I really thought, but I want that weapon, because I know I can climb with it. Wait, Carolina said it's what it said when you were on the map. Where did it say that? Also, I upgraded this like 3 times. Why do I only have 1 gear there? I thought that was the whole thing. Like, see down here at Jeet's? Oh, Jeet has a new mission, I guess. See, Jeet has 4 gears around his little symbol. And Gutgash, I thought that that was... maybe it's that I didn't, do enough of the other projects yet to get it up beyond that number of gears. Oh, you know what? I bet over there on the left, the yellow gear, was that it? 8317. Yeah, that's why I felt so comfortable burning all that scrap at Pink Eyes. I'm sorry, man. I thought about shooting him with the shotgun, but then I'm like, man, I got better uses for my shells. Oh, and the other pitch that I made to HW about it was, look, we don't have to be super in-depth about every little thing. We'll just get into it. We'll have fun. Mia really wants to play with you, and I think that you'd enjoy it. So we'll see. We'll see if anything comes of that. He did note that it will be late October. For people who might be watching this in the future, we're recording this round about the... And this is we're entering into like the third week of September, which actually isn't as far. What are we on, the 11th right now? September 11th today. So, like, there's a ways to go before we get into October. But at the same time, it's going to be sooner than you think. Have I finished this area? No, there's still a... No, I have finished this area. That's the car that it's showing me. Carolyn is asking if that will be streamed. Certainly not at first. HW has, even off camera, like Mia and I do it, he has a surprising aversion to participating in a stream. I have, much as I did with Mia, pitched him for years on the idea of doing streams. Prior to the COVID pandemic, I, or sometimes my producer and I, would go over to his place every Saturday, and we'd all play games. And I pitched him for years on the fact that this should be on stream. That we should, like, all be together and do this. And I was overruled 2-1 on doing this as a big group event. But I continue to feel that he would have a great time and that people would really enjoy the participation.
Cast iron engine blocks and the death-defying action traction of ground-gripping butt grabbers.
Yeah. Oh boy. Ouch. Okay, I won't be able to do very much sniping. Shoot him. Yep, yeah, no, believe me, I am getting out of the vehicle. Okay, this is like the second, maybe third death ever in this game, which really speaks to how badly I played that. Next time, take out all those fire throwers first. The snipers are never as big a deal as you think they would be. Like in the real world, if somebody with even a moderate amount of sniper training has like noticed you, you're probably in really big trouble. Get him. But in this game, snipers frequently miss. Oh, sure. Whoops. Timeout. Okay, although we're not yet getting the get out of car recommendation, let's...
My black fingers itch for sacred work.
Jam says, I've been playing co-op with a streamer on Sunday nights, first time on a stream. Well, I hope you're having a good time. And further, I hope that it whets your appetite for streaming in general. I love it when people discover how much fun streaming can be. I've mentioned this on many occasions, but streaming has... For as long as I've been gaming, I've always sort of angled towards finishing all the games that I start. Because if you've devoted 10, 15, 20, 30 hours to something, it stands to reason that you wouldn't want to start over. Like, you want to go all the way through. That's not to say that I finish every single game all the time, but it's much more common, even before streaming, that I would proceed with a game, even if there was something else that seemed appealing. I'd always sort of wanted to finish off what I was working on at the time. Streaming, however, heightened that even further, where, like, I am 10, 15, 20 episodes into a playthrough. I'm not going to stop just because the new hotness came out. I want to see that playthrough all the way through. I want to, like take the audience through to the conclusion. I don't know why it zoomed in there, but we'll just go like that. All right. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to blow up that insignia while I can see it. So, like, it's not just fun to stream, it feels productive because I get more out of every game that we play. Oh God, I love the blue fire. Okay. Hold on. Wouldn't it be amazing? I don't think that this physics exists. I don't think that this, that the physics for this. Hold on, I just blew up their war crier. Totally on purpose. So here's something that I've been thinking about this game. Jab is saying I have no desire to stream. I quite frequently get deep into a game and start over from the beginning. So that is something about streaming. In particular, for RPGs, I will do that. I was actually talking to Mia about that. Yeah, with Knights of the Old Republic 2. That was an example of a game that, when that game first came out on the Xbox 360, I probably played 2 or 3 hours into that and then completely started over because I was sort of looking at how the game mechanics had been changed from the first one. It's like, oh, I have a better idea, like a different idea for how I want to build my character. So I started all the way over. On a stream, I feel like there's... It's not that you must never do it, but I personally feel like there's a much bigger sense of like, there's a disincentive to do that because you're asking for the audience to, oh, sure, whatever. You're asking for the audience to
We shouldn't stop here.
basically rewatch a bunch of stuff, and I guess you can yada through it, but it just, I don't know. I like the playthroughs to feel continuous, linear, that you are trying to... Hold on. I don't know why I can't talk during this. It's not, you wouldn't think that it's that much, but there we go.
We've come through.
Okay, I don't know if I need to... Oh, wait, what's this? Nothing. All right. But yeah, RPGs, I will say this. I have not played Pillars of Eternity 2. I have played the first 20 minutes of Pillars of Eternity 2 at least 15 times. If and when we stream it, I will be able to show you guys exactly as far... Okay, I'm just letting you guys know I pushed so many A's. I take it I was out of range, even though it was saying on the screen, press A for Shiv Parry, or Shiv Punisher. I assure you something's happening off screen. Okay, I wasn't thinking that he was going to shoot the gas can all the way over there. And there's other games like survival crafting games, your Minecrafts, your Space Engineers, your Oxygen Not Included, that, like, it's just part of the experience that you're going to start, fail, and then start again, and fail, and then start again. Like, that's, like, as you learn the systems, you realize what you're doing wrong, and rather than fixing it, it seems fun and cool to just start over again. And yeah, you can do that on stream, but for me at least, I've always been very hesitant about starting over, especially within like a numbered series of episodes, like we usually like to structure things. So it does incentivize, like, at least for me, if you're going to be streaming, to explosion required. Do I have anything that can make an explosion? I just blew up all the gas canisters like a yutz. I could take the gas canister out of the back of my car, but I really want that in case I need gas someday. I'll tell you what, let's take a look around. Let's remember there's a door that I can't open yet, and we'll look for... Here we go. Yeah, this is great. Just get this set up right here. Drop it down. Douglas says, a chest light gives new meaning to flashing. Oh, wouldn't it be great? I feel like it'd be a little bit overpowered. But, like, you know those flashlights? And hello to Dougler, by the way. You know those flashlights that have, like a shock and awe mode where they just, like, vibrantly strobe in people's faces? Why doesn't Max have one of those? Like, that would be extremely irritating for everyone involved, including viewers of the game. But... oh, tell me this dude spawned... okay, wait, can I shoot him to death? Oh, that's a car. Oh, no. Okay, let me see if I can shoot him. Nope, he is on the other side. Oh, but he can hit me just fine. That's fair. So what appears to be happening back there is that he's actually trapped behind some burning wreckage, and or spawned back there, because you can see like a car tire back there. Yikes! Yikes, I say! Get him! Wait, I'm not done. Oh, oh, and neither are they! I took 2 unblockable hits right back to back. Yes, shield eater. I'm not sure I've ever had to do a second shield chatter to somebody. These guys are made of sterner stuff, I guess. There we go. Yeah. Wait, he's still not dead! Wow! Oh, man, respect for this dude. Hello to Azaric. Yeah, so, anybody that's coming in this morning, a couple quick notes. Number 1, Twitch is currently experiencing a large influx of bot accounts, so we will be trying to keep an eye out for that to see what, if anything, happens. But certainly yesterday we were both dealing with it here. Drienne was a huge help. We were helping out Mia with that, so we'll see. We'll see what all happens. Secondly, later on today, right around noon Eastern time, there will be an event happening on Mia's Discord. So if you are not yet a member, I recommend checking it out and joining us there at noon. And I think it's going to be some fun afternoon of entertainment. And as always, there's no commitment to hanging out, but you might find something that you really enjoy as the afternoon goes on. I think there's going to be a schedule and stuff up so that people have a sense of what to expect. Okay, this looks like a quick exit. And there's a ladder to kick down there as well. Carolina says, yeah, seeing it in a lot of channels. It's let me put it this way. A lot of people are really angry, and justifiably angry, at Twitch as a company. As an individual, I can only say from like I've never worked for Twitch. I've never worked for a company that's remotely similar to Twitch. However, I've worked with engineers and server guys and software guys, and by guys I mean people, individuals. And my overall takeaway is, I assure you, there are people, individual humans that are working for Twitch right now that are having a very, very bad time. And I suspect are working hard on finding some way to fix this that the people above them are willing to accept and devote time and resources to. That is my experience, that sometimes there are ideas being pitched and those ideas are being knocked down from a different level. Not even always sometimes a higher level, but sometimes just a different level. So to the extent that you encounter anybody that's employed by Amazon or Twitch, let's, maybe give them a little bit of understanding, because I suspect that there's people out there that care a lot about this problem and are probably pushing for a resolution and when I say these ideas are getting knocked down, there might even be a legitimate reason for it. I don't know how Twitch is structured on the back end. I don't know what's possible. I don't know what's legal. So I really, really want this situation resolved, but also understand that I can only see it from the very narrow view of someone who streams on Twitch to a small audience. I want to see the harassment stop. I want to see the botting and the streaming disruptions ended. But I have to allow for the possibility that it's not necessarily a quick or clean technical fix, that there's just a fixed button that someone's going to flip and suddenly it works fine. Okay, hold on a second. Let me put this down, and then I think I Jimmy bar this open somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and that instantly killed the insignia. Cool. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm checking this area thoroughly as I go through. There's one other hallway that I might want to go look at, but I feel like it was just a path back to an area I'd just been to. Get him! Okay, so one thing Max cannot do, as it turns out, is the Batman multi-parry, the multi-counterattack, because in Arkham... See, that one I just ate. In Arkham City specifically, there would be situations where enemies would attack simultaneously, but if you pressed Y the equivalent number of times, Batman would pull off a multi-counter and get all of them. I've seen those scramblers, or whatever they're called, pull off that group attack previously, and I thought, oh, maybe you can just do a multi-counter and Max will kick them all out of the air or something. So I just wanted to note, I just did that. That is not how that works. Also, do I need this to blow open that door? Yeah, Twitch is suing 2 people for conducting the hate raids, and good. Twitch also noted in their legal complaint that they had to dedicate a lot of time and resources to tracking down these 2 people and getting sufficient evidence that they were responsible. And I hope there are consequences for that. And I know that 2 people, here's another thing. 2 people may sound like nothing, but 2 people with the algorithms and whatever to create those bots with those scripts can be hugely disruptive. It doesn't have to be an army of people leading an army of bots. It can just be a handful of assholes with a lot of time on their hands and not a lot of, you know, self-respect. Oh, yes, please. I'm gonna drink and then refill my canteen. Carolyn is saying maybe we'll see a change in 5 years or so then. One thing that is confusing to me, and we've talked about this a little bit in the past, and I like, fear not, people that are listening to this. This is not going to be the complaint about Twitch stream. It's something that's very present in the minds of everybody that streams right now. Everyone is dealing with this, and for some it's much worse than others. So I also want to take a moment to acknowledge that. That said, this is not going to be the all Twitch conversation stream.
You coming to my house now.
All right, now he may or may not come down. Oh, hold on. So we're gonna try to take out his buddies. I feel like otherwise they're just gonna really be obnoxious. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that one was kind of squirrely. I'm glad that you could hit him for me. Okay. I'm sorry. What were you saying? Oh, okay. I deserved that one. I was going for the weapon. Shotgun him again? Yeah! Oh, wait. Oh, I had an A prompt. Oh, I had an A prompt. Now I'm watching for the A all the time. I want to do whatever the A was going to be. Because it wasn't a shiv. It wasn't a shiv execution. I don't have any shivs. I could shoot him with the gun, but I want the A prompt. Let me do it. Special execution. All right. Oh, here we go. Sorry, the collect loot prompt right in the middle of that. Okay, so I'm missing one insignia, one history relic, and half the scrap on the entire map. Ooh, wait, camouflage? That sounds like fun.
Done. Now to get a beat on that thing in the silo.
All right, I'm just going to go ahead and drink now. It reduces the chance that I'm going to get got real suddenly, and, like, there's other places to find water. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, we have less water to share with the Wastelanders, but that's okay.
Need to fill up on water.
Killen says, wait, you mean you don't collect loot while fighting? So I mean, I absolutely would, because I feel like it's the maximum amount of disrespect that you can show for the skills and threat level of your opponents, and it just makes me laugh. In a multiplayer setting, I would not do that, because God forbid you're showboating by rifling through a corpse, and then, like, a friend dies. That doesn't feel good. So, what? This is the way out of the camp, it looks like. So, now there might be something in that cistern or whatever over there, but if I'm gonna get there, yeah, there's gonna be something higher up. Now we're getting to it. 7 of 12, 8 of 12, Oh, I was just thinking about like how embarrassed I will be when I show off any of my Space Engineers designs to Cara Luna, because like the big mining rig that I've talked about, the big like rover, like big giant wheeled thing that can go around and mine out ice and stuff for me, it's functional, but it's so overbuilt because I didn't understand the size of what I was doing. Okay, so we could go over there, but I don't know that there's anything over there that I want yet, and I definitely want to go up because our blue dot is still above. But you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like, "Hey, this is the most hideous thing that I've ever seen in my life." Yeah, this is where I wanted to go. I want to go into the cistern. And then B, it's like, I'm not even sure that it's that efficient or that I remember how to make use of it, but I still really have a weird amount of pride because I built it. Like, this is mine. I did this. I inflicted this on the world. Oh! I pressed Y. I just was really locked in on that canteen. Okay, hoping I can get some more of that water. No, Cara Luna, but yes, I have seen the way that your stuff looks, and I'm still letting you know. I actually do like the little buggy. It's like a little truck. You wouldn't look at it and say buggy, but that's how I think about it. It's a little truck. And it's just enough to be able to trundle around and try to find some resource deposits or to find those, there's like these drop pods that come down from, they just sort of spawn randomly around. You can go out and get extra cosmetics or like little bits of resources. So I like going hunting for those in a little buggy. There's a little ship. And then the shuttle that I built, I'm actually okay with because it's this prospector that lets me get up into space, and I've charted a bunch of the asteroids and was so happy when I found some platinum. That stuff is all fun and cool. It's specifically the big miner rig. It is like you look at it and be like, oh my god, a 4-year-old would do better with a stack of mismatched Legos. But it works, and it does what I need it to, which is go get ice and power my hydrogen base. So where is this mythical... Wait, is the sail this thing? This big... It doesn't look like much of a sail. Fill canteen. Nope, I've done that. Well, actually, I take it back if there's more water. I've got more health that I can use. Cara Luna saying that the buggy was my spawn pod. That's a mod. Yeah, I like the buggy that I built. I want to say it's a little 4-wheel job with like a little cargo container. I got a lot of joy out of building very small and efficient designs. What am I trying to do in here? And I just want to note, I see the big thing up there, right? I do see that. I just don't know, like, the blue dot is above my head, and I'm not sure how to get there, because the one thing that I can go up, like, here's some stairs, they don't seem to go to any place other than this, like, little balcony area. And the blue dot is still above my head, so there's got to be another way up that I've overlooked. Oh, well, hold on. There's this ladder. I confess I did not see this before. I was really focused on the other parts of the room, but yeah, hold on. There's a staircase right over here. What I've not done in Space Engineers, like aside from the big land rover miner thing, it's so stupid. But aside from that, I have not done any large grid buildings at all. And watching your playthrough, Cara Luna, it makes me want to go in, design an actual
Got a
base
reward to
that isn't
collect.
just like super serviceable for like, you know, having all of my construction stuff, and then actually design like a large grid craft that I can get up into space and do exploration stuff with, and to be defended against those drones. All right, so now is the time when we decide how much do I care about anything else that's in there. The scrap I could give or take. I would love to find the history relic. Also, we did find a dog thing. All right, let's go get this other thing, and we'll circle back in just a second. Because I still have it. I like driving around in it. Yeah, it is surprising that in a game that is... It makes it so achievable to build a flying craft that there's something oddly satisfying about doing it. Wheeled vehicles in Space Engineers are incredibly efficient. So you get the feeling that you can go around and get stuff and find stuff and haul it back, and you're not expending a lot of resources that you're going to have to make up for later. That, I think, is what they did really well with wheeled vehicles. Okay, the spot I'm looking for appears to be up on the bridge above. Yeah. I will also throw this out there at least once. I feel like it's unlikely to be successful, but I do want it to be heard on at least one occasion. I think... Hello to Borlak! I think it would be awesome if Caroluna joined with Mia and Azaric for that Blades in the Dark stream. And hopefully, sorry, BTR. I think Caroluna would have a great time. I think he would add a lot to the experience. I think he'd have great chemistry with everybody. I feel like he'd be very imaginative, very inventive. Yeah, I will just throw out there that I think it would be a lot of fun to see.
Heavy armor, all over this one.
At the same time, I know that not everybody is comfortable in that, like, sort of... Okay. In that, like, sort of circumstance. And you are, when you're doing any sort of, like, here we go. Well, no, this is the other one. So we've got a couple people in tarps dragging along a pile of surprisingly out-of-the-package garbage. This is incredibly high-quality stuff, as though they just bought it, and the receipts are still attached, but they really wanted this, this Photoshop. Now, here's the question. There's like a garbage-strewn field behind them. Where do you think this was taken? Was this an actual event someplace, like cleaning up from a campsite, or what? And I'm talking about in the real world, because we're going to find out in the captions what it is fictionally. The cops came down hard on the southern refugee camp this Saturday. These guys were lucky to just be able to walk away. Most were left dying in the mud. Fucking idiots for not being able, for not getting their shit together when they could. Meet me in the bunker, baby. Signed, Leona.
And then the bunker was raided.
Carolina says, yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm out of role-playing nowadays. And I can understand that. I wanted to, like, express the desire, but also understand that I feel like Carolina's been very consistent that that's not something that he's interested in doing. And that's fine. How do you get down from here? It is over here. Okay. Yeah, Borlak and Lady B were playing... what was the last thing they were playing? You guys weren't the ones playing Helldivers, were you? Because although that would be very fun, I don't think that that's what you guys were playing. But it also wasn't Neverwinter, I want to say. You guys... Oh, yeah, and you had a third person in there. It was Division 2. That's exactly what it was. Douglas says, it looks like a campground likely from a concert. Because the stuff that they were hauling on that tarp looked fresh out of the box. And that's what I'm wondering about. Like, what were the circumstances that somebody was cleaning up at a concert and there was like a bunch of new stuff left behind? But maybe it was a concert that had to be evacuated due to a storm. Maybe there was, you know, who knows what it was.
Oh, here it comes.
Sometimes he says Mighty Duster, and either we, like, leave the area or it just doesn't happen the way that he says. Okay. Man, can you back off for a second? Oh! I'm not sure I've ever missed with that. I thought it sort of, like, locked on, but I might not have been well-suited for it. Alright. Fired up, baby.
His weaknesses are under the covers.
Ow! Oh, man. That was not what I intended to hit. Wait, okay, something odd is happening with my steering. I don't know if I lost a wheel or something? No, the wheels are all fine. No ideas.
You done? Yes, it's fire truck.
No! I really, really hit the wrong button there. Come on, Max. Shake it off. Oh, okay. That's what they call me, Mad Match. I was trying to do before, but I very clumsily moved the reticle off. Yeah, I continue to enjoy watching people play Division 2. I don't know why, for me, that game has been a lot more fun to watch than it has been to play. I peter out on that very quickly when I try to play it myself. And maybe it's that I haven't done multiplayer with people. Maybe that's the magic sauce, because usually people are, nope, I'm too far away. And I certainly can't jump there in the car. So, not from here anyway. We don't have a magic speed bus. Okay. There's got to be some other way up to it. Yeah, I heard the car back there. I'm just, Okay, the quick pull and the harpoon wasn't to my benefit that time. Yeah, I'm getting ready to ram too. It's just mine's got a little more punch.
Don't stray.
Jeff says there's a lot of games for him that are more fun to watch than to play. Let's see, other examples of that. So Division 2 definitely qualifies, and that's where like Borlak and Lady B have come into the conversation. So I can't get the car up here. I can get the Max up here, but I don't see any mechanism to like drive up this embankment. So there's got to be some other way to pull this down, or maybe blow it up, or you know something I didn't think about before I started running up here? The sniper rifle might have something you can key in on and boom it. Oh no, look, this is broken up here too. Can I hop this? I swear to God, guys, I swear to God I left triggered. I promise I did. Oh, roguelikes. Pretty much any roguelike. Escape from Tarkov. I like watching McMaster play that. I'm willing to put down cash. I will never play Escape from Tarkov. But I do enjoy watching other people play it. Dota 2 is fun to watch for people that are like at that super high level that they're like competing, like actual competition. That can be a lot of fun to watch. Okay, I found the okay, yeah, we went through all these areas. Scrap, most of the scrap. And I'm here. All right, let's go to Intel Encounter. It's right around the corner. Caroluna says Tarkov is one of those games for him. Oh, wait. Sorry, I can, I shouldn't leave here. I can turn in the sail. And there might be another mission that comes out from it. All right, so what did we learn about getting upstairs? One of these two cages has a... One of these three cages has a way upstairs. I think it's this one.
Hey, I heard there's a big chief like you into the race winner in Gastown. You gotta take down that stank gun to get it.
I'll say Mud Runner was one of those. Snow Runner's a different beast. I actually have fun with Snow Runner, but I watched Jason McMaster play Mud Runner, and I loved everything about it, and I mistook the amount that I enjoyed watching it for the amount that I would enjoy playing it, because I played it like once, and I didn't take to it at all. But I loved watching him play that one.
We got the sail. It'll come to good use.
Still sounds like a fool's errand to me.
So is doing nothing. We cannot all give up and just wait to die. Now for my end, your righteous reward.
There we go, a picture of where wheels live. Jeff, wait for me. This is going to be my last tour, I promise. When I get back, if I get back, I swear things will be better. Love, Adam.
I'll find these landmarks. I'll find the loot.
Well, it'd be fun, I guess, if there's like an actual reward for it. I just like my tires are replaced for free, so maybe there's like a special tire upgrade that you get that's like a permanent boost. Tyrant's Lash is empty, but the sail is in, the sail is in the hands of Pink Eye, but she's not yet ready to sail. She's also not ready yet to give up some.
That place.
Oh,
That highway. Must be to the north.
The wind catcher is functional. They soon set sail.
They'll run dry out there.
Perhaps. But the sail has another benefit. Collecting dew at dawn for drinking. But food remains a problem. I know an undiscovered place of the old world, full of tin cans. More food than you and I could ever eat. Bring back what we need, and you get all that remains. What do you think? Deal?
Deal.
Pink Eye needs food provisions for the upcoming journey, and she's revealed how to find a location where rumored food rations are kept. Find the location and secure the food for Pink Eye, a maggot farm project in Pink Eye's stronghold. Wait, what?
It lies hidden in between these two locations. Cross marks.
Your big food store is just a pile of maggots? Because, okay, I guess maybe, like, you can't just kill a body and expect it to spawn maggots. It's not, you know, we don't actually live in a world of spontaneous genesis, but yikes.
We're looking for a church.
Church what?
Sanctum. Temple, altar. Tower with a big cross on it.
Oh, yeah. That sounds easy to spy from afar. But, oh, I know of no such place.
Nope. Hold on, the big pickup with all the people on it. That's the one I wanted. Wait, did I spook off all the others too?
Keep the car
That's
safe.
pretty great. All right, it's been a minute since I've put any fuel into the car, so let's take this opportunity right now. Both Jab and Caroluna are reminiscing about PUBG. Yeah, for me, PUBG is an example of a game that I like. Maybe I should see the professionals play. Let me rephrase. Maybe that is sort of the missing element. But for me, watching PUBG from the games that I've seen is a game of watching somebody squat in a closet for 30 minutes and then come out and get shotgunned to death by a black pixel 700 miles away. And that's like that. Like most PUBG things that I've ever seen have gone more or less that way. I'm glad that PUBG exists for the people that like it. Same goes for like Fortnite, but for me, it's sort of a flurry of activity that happens in very short, tight bursts that at the end I've watched a very large build-up for like a fraction of a second of action, and then it's all over. And again, maybe I've just never experienced the glee of watching somebody pull it out and win, like get one of those very tight victories, but the whole battle royale genre sort of has passed me right by.
Famous slayer of warboys, sower of nuggets, driver of monstrous machines, and wastelayer of gas-glugging war camps. You are legend. There comes the Scourge!
Oh, there's a base there. So Jab says I'm just watching the wrong people play. It could be. You know, it's kind of like I never developed a taste for most professional sports, because every professional sports game I've ever watched, including multiple Super Bowls, has been a massive blowout from the start in one direction, and then nothing of interest happens. And maybe, like, I feel like a big part of it is that you need to have the experience of seeing a super tight game that's fun and oh, I could have blown up the scarecrow. Remember the one I couldn't get to? I forgot to throw a boomstick at it. I bet that would have gotten it. Okay, but I'm not actually looking to get married to you. I want to go over here.
His armor must go! We must pass the gauntlet of flames, lest we be crisped up!
Oh, God!
Before he rams! Stop it! It will tear that tire right off!
Alright, you guys are fucked now. Okay, there's got to be something that I can clamp onto on this thing, though. I think I harpooned that guy out of midair.
The building in the pink, my friend.
Ow. Oh, this guy just got a raise.
She hurts! Get your piston down! Sharpshooter! He's sitting quite still without wheels.
Ow! That didn't go my way at all. Get out. I'm so guys, so much why. Pro Farm Sim is fun. Yeah, so actually that's another example. Like, we got Farm Sim 19 when it was free off of Epic a while ago, and I thought it looked pretty neat. From what I've seen of both Caroluna and Salamander play, I'm not sure that I would enjoy playing it, but I earnestly enjoy watching them play it. Same goes for Factorio. Like, maybe someday we'll really do a deep dive into Factorio, but when I watch the designs that Jägermeister and Salamander and others come up with, I'm like, I can't fold my mind around this. It feels very, very daunting. Jab is saying also it's a very different game with the pros, and if you don't learn to appreciate the movement and tactical reasons for the movements, the first half of the game could be boring. Like Jab, what you're saying resonates with me because of watching professional Dota 2. Because professional Dota 2 is a lot of fun to watch, like with a good commentator to sort of like explain. I feel like it really benefits from having played some. Okay, that didn't quite go the way I'd hoped. Like playing some Dota 2 gives you some, like, enough understanding of the mechanics that then, like, watching the professionals do it really put me in my place as to how much better they were at what to do and how to do it. But I really did enjoy that. So, like, maybe watching not maybe, I think you're right, that watching a professional PUBG tournament, okay. really just embarrassing myself right now. Watching a professional PUBG tournament would be, like, I'd get a lot out of it. And probably get a much higher experience in the game, because that's exactly what happened with Dota 2. Still mystified by this. Like, yeah. Oh. Hi, sorry, I didn't even see you here.
No surprise.
Just right up against the spikes.
You know, I would never leave her side.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that the way up, like, this hadn't respawned. Yeah, look, as you come up here, it breaks. Like, you can even see the vestigial animation. What are you supposed to do here?
Can't call for him now.
I've got a light, I've got a canteen, I've got binoculars. None of that is helpful in this situation. This is a real pickle. And there's no, like, auto repeller that gets me up this zip line, right? Like, I can't hand over hand it. Huh. We have to come back later. So, Carolyn is saying Pro Farm Sim is a completely different from what you see us play. Completely different map and completely different goals. So, Carolyn, I thought you were kidding at first, like Professional Farm Sim. What is Pro Farm Sim? Is it like I don't know what this means. So I guess my first question, to make it a more coherent conversation, is it a... Oh, wait. Is it a, what's the phrase I even want to use? Is it a competition? Is it a competition, or is it like a mod, or a what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Like an update, or like a DLC of some kind? Pro Farm Sim. It's like Professional Lawnmower Simulator to me. Professional Power Washing Simulator. Pro Farm Sim, or rather Farm Sim League, is a real thing, and it has been for years. Carolina, that's fascinating to me. So what are they doing? Are they trying to make the most profitable farm in the shortest amount of time? What's the nature of the competition? Farm Sim League. God, that's fantastic. Yep, this is what I had to do. Okay, just wait for it to respawn, but then we'll fire another one, maybe a third. So the only thing about this, like, I'm really putting a lot of faith into the fact that Chumbucket is going to hit it. Okay. Hold on, Chumbucket. We got some other stuff happening here. I will say this about Chumbucket, and forgive me if I've mentioned this as recently as earlier in this episode, but I cannot remember if I said it aloud. It happened more at the very beginning, but it would really bother me if at this point Max was anything less than cordial to Chumbucket, because he has no, like, this dude has no reason to do any of this stuff for us. He's not getting paid. We're not keeping him up in, like, food and water or anything like that. And at least at the beginning of the game, it felt like Max was being really disrespectful for him. And here he is. He does all the repairs. He doesn't ask for anything in return. I hope that we don't return at any point to the days of treating this guy badly. So, Carolina says of Pro Farm Sim, it's about making the most points by delivering bales with a lot of modifiers in between. So like grass bales, hay bales, what's the, because I've seen you guys do a lot of different things in Farm Sim. So, but it's like a competition to like harvest the most of them. Is that sounds like it? Now, Carolina, you're making me wonder if there's like competitive Stardew Valley out there. Well, welcome to competitive Hades, where people like speed run the game in the shortest amount of time and simultaneous plays. Oh, the RNG got that guy. I'm fascinated by people's ability to turn things into a competition, and usually like a fun and rewarding competition. It doesn't have to be bloodlust. It can just be like, hey, who can do the most of this the fastest? Who can do the best Bayonetta?
Hero. Oh, I saw you bring down the tyrant's lash. Camp of camps. Inside the tower next to it, I heard tell of a great dew collector. Giant tub. Maybe something you need.
Thanks for the hot tip, buddy. Might wanna check in with your contacts on that one. They have an update for you. All right, so I was trying to get here-ish, and we haven't uncovered a lot of the map, and we can't ride the balloon because I can't figure out a way to get up to it yet. I wonder if we could get like a Just Cause grappling hook or something. Honestly, I wonder like what his mechanism of that'll be. So yeah, we're gonna head up there, and if we see cool stuff to pick up, we'll grab it. And I've never once in my life... Why does it say dog and buggy return to Stronghold there at the bottom? Do I want to go over there? Let's go over there. Let's... You know what? If nothing else, we might have a mission. We can find something cool over there.
What a great glory!
Oh, come on.
Metallic totems. Scarecrows still haunt here.
So I do see an explosive barrel or something up there. If I could shoot that, I bet I could just bring this thing down immediately. Oh, and I see like a stairs and everything.
Got it. Got it.
I don't know that he'll go over this. No. And I doubt that the car can ram it, so let's see if we can harpoon it out of there. That was the wrong harpoon, but also worth a shot. Nope. Okay. This feels profoundly stupid, but let's give it a shot. Oh! I really would have thought that barricade was made specifically to stop from being rammed. Because again, a regular person would just one leg over, other leg over, and now they're on the inside. So we do have that big pile of barrels that we can shotgun. Let's see if there's anything else I want up here. Like, this seems like it could be full of maggots, right? These guys?
Roadkill party, moving closer.
Alright, let's, So, here's my concern. This feels like a very close area. Part of me wants to get the gas canister out of the car and use that, but let's just see what happens. Is this a human arm? What am I getting? What is this? Wait, what? Eat food. Guys, I think that was a human arm. I didn't get a good look at it. Also, it didn't blow up the totem. Oh, it didn't blow up the totem at all. Like, not even close. So... Eat food. Unfortunately, I cannot see what the food was. So, do I just fire 19 harpoons at this, explosive harpoons at this, and then it falls over? I can get the gas canister out of the car. I've never actually needed it, so...
Drive.
Like, it would be fine, I guess, but... Oh. Okay, this is way better than what I was thinking. Okay, and now I gotta go up there and get the scrap. It's a matter of pride. Like, I put so much effort into hauling that down, even though this is gonna be like 17 scrap in total. And that's if it's a real bonanza. I just have to. What's our haul? 9. It's up to 18. And 18 plus 6. Was that 24? And then 34-ish. And I wouldn't put money on my math there, but 34, I guess that was worth it. It's no storm haul, I'll give you that. But yeah, let me think. Other games that I really enjoy watching but aren't particularly enthused about playing. I'm not sure. It's awesome when you get to watch somebody like Hiseo Ryu has been playing, and I believe has finished, but I could be wrong, Scarlet Nexus, and watching that absolutely sold me on playing Scarlet Nexus. Like, I tried to be very, very careful not to see too much of the experience, but like watching that only made me want to play it more. And I like bringing that up from time to time because sometimes I feel like game companies, like, they're like, oh, let's touch base with the big influencers, and then we'll... The big influencers will be the ones that bring in the extra sales. And I'm like, no, man. Like, Hiseo... Oh, I thought he was further apart. I tend to not watch big streamers at all, but when a friend of the stream like Hiseo, like Caroluna, like Samalander, when, like Jason McMaster, Mia, when they're playing something that, like, Mia absolutely got me to play Inside a lot earlier than I would have because I wanted to watch her playthrough. She doesn't draw 500 viewers, at least not yet, but, like, having somebody that you know that's having fun with a game makes you want to do that more. So I hope that companies keep that in mind. It's not always reaching the most eyes. Sometimes it's just reaching, like, reaching the right people, I guess. Okay, cleanup crew, got it. And wait, it's still acting like there's something here. Oh, there's 2 scraps here somewhere. Dead body, floating cage. Oh, here's some. Totally missed that before. And I think Phasmophobia is another example of a game that I never ever would have paid any attention to unless I saw other small streamers playing it and enjoying it with their friends, and like talking to Mia and saying, I don't usually go get like early access games, but this one has sort of drawn my interest. Douglar's gonna leave a lurk. Douglar, thank you very much. I hope you have a great Saturday.
More party on the horizon.
Caroline is wondering why they never attacked Chumbucket. I suspect in universe the reason is that they consider him beneath contempt. Oh, look, a little mutant guy, he's so deformed, you know, he doesn't count, who cares? Like, they're probably thinking like, oh, we'll get him after we get this this Max character. mechanically, I think that it's like it would turn the whole game into one big escort quest, and like it would be the worst.
Now you'll see.
Oh, I got okay.
Kill it. Get in the brain.
Wow, I am really flubbing this one. All right, I'll tell you what. If I can blow up one or both of these with these boomsticks, then I'll stick around to get the loot. Jab says no one likes escort missions. What do you suppose is the best escort mission that's been in a game? Because I tend to agree with you. They are like the least fun style of mission, but are they entirely irredeemable? Are there any that I've really enjoyed? Oh, you know what's arguably a one big escort mission? And I think like some... Okay, I'm gonna... There were a lot of thoughts all at once. I'm just gonna go ahead and say what I was gonna say. The game Eco is widely considered to be a masterpiece. I happen to agree with that assessment. I think that it's a fantastic game. And that entire game is an escort quest. And I actually really liked it. I felt there was a very high degree of emotional investment into that story and those characters. And you guys, I do not see whatever piece of scrap that I'm missing. And I don't actually care that much, so we're going to leave. Jav is also saying, for myself, long, tedious games like Prey. So I assume that's the more recent Prey, the Arcane Studios. And I really had a good time with Prey. I enjoyed that game a lot. But I've seen some people recently that had that same takeaway as Jab. Like, it went on too long or whatever. And yeah, for me, it's a good example of, like... I feel like the overall takeaway on Prey was a very, very good, and then it didn't sell very well. Like, it reviewed really well, but it didn't do that well in sales is my general understanding of how the game went. I am surprised now that I've played it, based on the quality and the ambition of the game that's there. But it's not for everyone, so yeah. I'm disappointed that it didn't find more mainstream success. Oh, hold on. Okay, people who sit on thrones, and get worshipped are not usually friends with me. A new Wasteland mission. Well, that's exactly why I wanted to stop by.
Thought I'd return to Gastown.
What?
I was a Blackfinger here. Yeah, the finest, the most exalted. Oh, I had it all. The parts, the purpose. I worked on the war machines and the assault vehicles, and I had a bunk, and as much gruel and cheese and grease as I could eat. Yeah. In the pitch of night, she whispered to me, the sweet angel Combustion, she chose to visit this lowly acolyte, and she gave me the plan. Oh, the sweet angel Combustion chose to visit this lowly acolyte.
What happened?
She told me that I had to begin my toil. I had the designs inside the pan, see? Just like she laid them down, the angel. And I began liberating parts for her design. And they caught me. They wished to turn me off for good, but Schroeder's brother, he wanted to play with me. Torture me. and they threw me off a wall in a bungee. But with the aid of the angel, I made it out. I didn't die.
The parts.
Hidden away. Wait. Hey! Oh, I think that we can get them for her. Yes, as it was intended by the Shimmy Shammy, using the magnum opus and the harpoon.
Let's do it.
During his time in Gastown, Chumbucket started stealing bits and pieces of useful scrap. Chum sees an opportunity to reclaim his hidden stash now that he has returned to Gastown. Locate the secret entrance and find his stash. Unlock Chum's Holy Wrench upgrade. Sure, I'll go do that. And I don't think I've done anything else that's worthy of even looking around, with the one exception of if he's got like a scrap pile. Let's see if we can upgrade that. Yep, here we go. Should walk right by it. Also, Jab is saying, also, I'm not going to go to BR, but there are ones I enjoy watching. Go to BR. What's that in that sentence? Go to BR. For no reason, the only thing that's coming to mind is, like, Bright Ring, and that's not a thing as far as I know. Is there a second upgrade? Oh, there's another mission here.
Back off.
Really wasn't paying attention to that.
The end times are upon us.
Oh, Battle
Deep
Royale.
Fryer, spawn of the Great Flame, have beheld it. My children, the flock of wildfire, eagerly await their righteous salvation. They expect me to deliver them. I see in you a possible salvation.
How so?
Gastown is doomed. The dunes outside all run red with blood. Dread Scrotus and his war boys spread their bloody gospel of the blade. But you, your goal is elsewhere. That makes you a valuable ally.
Nobody's ally.
Many of my flock have come from the path of the blade and on to the flame. You'll be rewarded in buffed-up weapons.
What do you need?
Since Dread Scrotus' recent bout with death by chainsaw to the nugget, the holy machination we call the Warm Embrace has become non-functional.
You mean that big tube mounted outside?
It leads into the gas-filled belly of Gastown. Once a sacred moon, it bellows out a pure flame, embracing the wildfire, standing in its front. Now the flames have stopped. We cannot go into the tunnels, pitch black and full of flammable gas, making our torches impossible to use. Your false light there, that's the way to go.
The gas has stopped flowing to Deep Fryer's pilot light. Go down into the deepest bowels of the underbelly tunnels and reopen the gas valves. Unlock the Thunderpoon of Awe. Okay.
You just keep sliding on back. Only one can stand the sight of you here.
So when we were coming up here, it was already like a level 4 facility. So maybe that's why. Oh, hello. No potatoes, no butter, no meat. Got it. Maybe that's why there's only one scrap stockpile upgrade. Because, like, this place is fine. Nope, that shut me up. We found another. Jab also doesn't like games with complicated menus. The worst menus I ever saw in any game remains Master of Orion 3. Because that game was only menus. I dispute the fact that it had graphics. It had... Okay, I don't want to get off on Master of Orion 3. The trouble with Master of Orion 3 is that it's been so long since I've played it that I can only share the terrible, crushing disappointment that I experienced upon... See, if there's a level 2, then there's got to be a level 3. So I just want to take a once around here. Nope, there it is. But to call Master Ryan 3 a spreadsheet simulator is an insult to modern Excel. It wasn't just the fact that the entire game was communicated to you through through a series of really static menus. It's that they somehow managed to make them impossibly ugly.
Oh, I don't trust that fiery preacher.
Okay, so we've got a couple things that we can do, and actually they're both up here. All right. Go do this as well, but yeah, why not? So let's head up here. We're going to stop there. We'll stop at the balloon.
His gods are wicked.
Let's hope his payment isn't.
Yeah, did a big presentation about it at some point in the past, but rest assured, Master of Orion 3 is the worst game I have ever played. It is the worst game I've ever owned. Like this is a judgment made with a lot of years behind it and a lot of other experience with substandard games.
Guess that makes Gastown a little less nasty, huh?
Wow! Holy
Less
hell!
threaten around.
You guys, we went from sharp level 5 all the way down to almost the bottom of level 4 threat from this one thing. Carolyn is saying, I haven't played Master Ryan 3, but I don't think that I agree. Oh, I'm not, like... For me, Master Ryan 3 is very much a time and a place situation where... Okay, hold on. Let me see what's over here. Oil well parts. Well, I do want that, so... I think that Master of Orion 3 is objectively a horrible game. The fact that it is the worst game that I've ever played is born in part of how much I was looking forward to it, how much the reviews had... Who is shooting at me? I'm having a Homer Simpson moment here. I do see somebody over here. Oh, hi guys. Okay, and that's the balloon. Otherwise, I don't want to shoot that up. All right. I'm sorry, brother. I figured we'd get around to you sooner or later. Gonna run out of sniper bullets pretty soon. We might at some point have to like fast travel back south of the Jaws. Just get a quick pick me up on all the resources, gas, water, ammunition, shivs. Like, the thing about Master Ryan 3 was not only was it a horrible game, and bad in so many ways that it honestly is difficult to run down, it had a really, really positive review from IGN. A review that, as far as I know, remains up to this day, where they scored it like a 9.3 or something like that. And it's one of those, like remember when Brandon Justice gave Aliens Colonial Marines like this glowing review, like heaping it with all of this praise that cannot possibly be defended, and he lost his position over that review, and he was like the editor-in-chief of some publication. I don't actually know which one at this exact moment. I do not happen to know who it was at IGN that just fawned over Master Ryan 3, but the game was like, when I say that it's unplayable, what I mean is that the game could not be played, not that the game could not be run. you are welcome, like at launch, you were welcome to open up Master of Orion 3. You couldn't play it. You could watch the game play itself. That's what you were allowed to do with Master of Orion 3. You as the player had a singular purpose in Master of Orion 3 to click the end turn button. Anything else that you attempted to do, the game would undo on the next turn. So you had to, if you wanted to have any influence over the proceedings at all, you had to, on every single turn, go through and methodically make exactly the same sequence of changes, because the AI, which knew the game better than you and was disinterested in sharing authority, would simply undo those changes every single turn. So that was the entirety of the experience of playing Master of Orion 3. That's the only thing I cared about, so yeah, we're gonna leave now. Imagine if SnowRunner was a game about watching AI trucks navigate to their destination, and you are free to open up the map and tell the AI trucks to go a different route, or to go get some upgrades, or to pursue a different project first. But the game is just going to ignore you, because it already knows what it should be doing, and it's going to go do that. That's the closest analogy I can come up for with Master of Orion 3. That, and again, the worst visual presentation of I'm honestly trying to think of something that's worse, like Tattoo Assassins. Like, that game's super ugly. It still looks better than Master of Orion 3.
Gladly. It is my sacred plate.
Echoes of your deeds resound before you. You're known, legendary. Perhaps keep your head down if you want to keep it.
Okay. I earnestly do not know if I've already done the thing that man was going to advise me of, or if that's just random wasteland color. Like, and Caroluna, to extend the analogy, also imagine if you weren't actually watching the AI trucks drive, what you were doing was opening up a spreadsheet and getting periodic turn-based updates expressed exclusively in terms of numbers, in terms of where they were on the map, what they were doing, how much fuel and damage they had taken, and even if you recognize that you could, like, there was a different thing that you'd like to try pursuing, again, they would just ignore you. So you can see the game progressing, but it's all in the form of a spreadsheet that is inexplicably sort of a light, bright blue, like sort of a cyan color. Oh my god, I need to get off the Master of Orion 3 topic, because it's just one of those things that I cannot say anything positive about at all. Oh, boo! Okay, we gotta take care of Shivo over here. I tried to cancel that into a block and just wasn't gonna allow that. It's too far into it. And this will be the last thing I say about it. Again, this was Master of Orion 3. There were 2 prior games in the franchise that I adored deliriously. I loved Master of Orion 1. I loved Master of Orion 2. I was so excited that after years they were going to make a 3rd game, and I followed all of the pre-release coverage, and I read reports from the beta testers, and they were glowing. I was so excited about it. It was It was easily my most anticipated game of that year, and possibly of the surrounding years, until I got my hands on it. You guys, we bought 2 copies of Master Orion 3 because we were going to play multiplayer. Based on the reviews and the reports of the beta testers. Like, it wasn't blind faith. It was a perfect confluence of playing on the notoriety of the series and pre-release coverage that in retrospect could only have been falsified, and it being effectively unplayable in every imaginable respect. I'm gonna bet that I need fuel, because there was a fuel canister way down there. Okay, I need to not have this with me. Let's get that over there. Oh. No, we got fuel. All right. Balloon get. A much harder topic is what's the best game that I've ever played, because there's so many good games. There's so many good games in the world, and there's so many games that I have returned to many, many times across my life, and so many games that I've returned to in recent years. Stellaris. Like if you check on the Steam account, you will see a few hundred hours of Stellaris. And I do like to point out to people that that's less than half of the amount of Stellaris that has been played. Because Stellaris has been a go-to during internet outages, during which time the game clock of like hours plays doesn't work. Stellaris has been something that I've played on lunch breaks. Stellaris has been things that I've played on trips when I don't have access to regular internet, and I'll throw it on the laptop and play it. Whatever it says for Stellaris, it's not half as much of Stellaris has it been actually been played. And I recognize the shortcomings that game has in its design and narrative, but Stellaris is every 6 months a different game than it used to be. So there's endless opportunities to return to it and to get re-engaged. And one of the reasons that that's coming up right now is today is September 11th. On September 14th, there's going to be a major upgrade to Stellaris that I'm really looking forward to. Is that going to make it into a stream? I don't know, probably not. But maybe it could. Hey everybody, I don't really feel like playing Mad Max today. Welcome to Stellaris. We're going to jump in and check out some of the cool... Today we're going to be playing as a necrophage race that reanimates the dead and turns them into workers. Today we're going to play as a race of hedonistic space elves that all they do is seek out the maximum level of pleasure and idleness that the galaxy can provide. And today we're going to be playing as the new clone army origin for the humanoids. Like, there's so much Stellaris to experience that no individual game can ever hope to capture even most of the experience. Now, there is one thing that I want to check. Didn't we find like a staircase down someplace? Wasn't there like a bowels to this place that I turned around and decided not to go down? Am I misremembering this? So, but, is Stellaris my favorite game ever? I don't know. Baldur's Gate 2 exists. Batman Arkham City exists. Civilization 6 exists. Civilization 4 exists. Like, there's so many good games. I have the arguable opinion, and one that I'm willing to argue, but not particularly interested in arguing, that Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is a better game than Ocarina of Time. I liked it more. I really liked Ocarina of Time. I'm not looking to pick a random fight here, but like Majora's Mask was something else. And without like what can I say about it that wouldn't spoil it? And also, who cares about spoilers because the game is so old and there's so few vectors for people to play it anymore. But well, I'll tell you what if I went this way? All right, yeah, so we're gonna stop here, then here, then here, and I'll be honest, I'll probably get that as well. Majora's Mask was like being inside of a nightmare for the character of Link specifically, and there is a credible argument to be made that Majora's Mask actually does take place in the afterlife and is Link coming to grips spiritually with the idea that he is dead. And I don't know that that's intended by the developers, but it is a credible read that you can make from the events in that game, and I love it for that. Oh boy. I want to get that scrap, but also don't want to get thunderpooned or whatever they're doing over here. And I don't know where the attack is coming from. Oh, now I do. Okay, hopefully that'll keep me safe enough to run over here. Like, every once in a while I do like to touch in about the game that I'm playing, Mad Max. I really appreciate this game's despawn distance, because I've rapidly come to learn I don't have to worry about things like I'm sure if I leave the region, if I drive far enough away, this stuff would exist, but it's not like oh, you know what game was really bad about that? And I do want to read what Carol Luna said as well. Shadow of War, the second Middle-earth game, again, maybe this was patched, but that game was horrible about despawning things the second they were outside of your active vision. Oh, that game was very frustrating about that point, because you would do all of this work to like mind control the orcs or uruks or whatever we want to call them, and then like basically as soon as they weren't actively within your view, they would just get replaced by the game with unmind controlled orcs. So the game was constantly encouraging you to set up ambush zones, but God help you if you turned 180 degrees. Like, it's not literally that you turn away from them, but if they went far enough away that they were no longer on your mini-map, which was fairly zoomed in, I might add, it would just disregard all of your prep work. And it was very frustrating that the game actively tried to get you to do these things while making you acutely aware that you were just wasting your time by trying to play the game smart. Oh, that game was very frustrating. All right, let me check what Cara Luna had to say. So Jab actually first had said, I don't really see the point of reading reviews from game magazines. And this is something we've touched on from time to time. The key is not to trust the magazine, in my opinion. The key is to trust the writer or group of writers. And for me, a great example of that is Game Informer. Game Informer has undergone a lot of staff changes in recent years. When I say that they are regrettable, I don't mean that I dislike the new people that have come in. It's nothing against them at all. The part that I regret a lot is the loss of talent that has now gone out to other organizations, like MinMax, which is really good. Hold on, baby. Aunt Marie, say hello to Alexis, the world's first living genius. She will save the world and become president.
Well, she failed at saving the world. We all did.
Oh, Max.
We're being attacked!
This baby didn't get it done. Then again, neither did any of us. Max himself, Max as a character, does feel at some points like they recruited a couple very, very emo teens to write all of his, like we're super into goth. I'm the Raven, and this is my friend, I don't know, Ratsy. That was just totally pressing the wrong button. What happened to my melee weapon? It's over there. So, I will say that I years ago, fell off of GameSpot and IGN, and I'm not even sure that I could name any other outfits that I used to read that are still in publication. Oh, you know what was amazingly good? You know what you would never ever have expected to be a good source of reliable reviews, but absolutely was? Game Shark. That's right. The website of the company that made game peripherals had one of the best editorial and writing staffs in the whole industry, and they let it collapse. And there's so many interesting stories, none of which I can or should tell. But yeah, Game Shark was actually an incredibly good and reliable and independent voice of reviews back in the day. And now I don't think that they have an editorial arm at all. But again, that's a whole other story. But that didn't go to the company. That wasn't that Game Shark was a great company for that stuff. It was the fact that they had a great editorial staff. And Bill Abner was a fantastic editor-in-chief. They had Tom Chick, they had Daniel Riendeau, they had Brandon Kukowski-Schnell, Todd Brackey, they had Troy Goodfellow wrote for them, they had Megan Watt, they had there's gonna be so many that I forget because you guys, they were so good. So yeah, it's about finding the writers and the writing teams and the staff, and then you've got a source of good and reliable reviews that will really help to inform your purchasing decisions. So I feel like those are farther and fewer between than they used to be, but they can still be found, and I still get a lot out of reading. Like, Game Informer put me on to 13 Sentinels. There's a concrete example. Oh, and there's another game that I don't want to name, but another game that I've never heard of anywhere else, that I've never seen anybody else play or stream, that Game Informer absolutely has turned me on to, and we will be playing it on stream at some point in the future. So there's a quick tease for you. I may not like it, but like 13 Sentinels? First of all, who's ever even heard of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim? I've never heard of it outside of the review that I read on Game Informer, and for whatever that game doesn't get right, it gets a lot more of it right. And I've really enjoyed discovering that game with all of you. So those are just two really quick, concrete examples. Also, as we drive, Carolina says, Stellaris is one of those games that I love to watch played and would love to play myself, own myself, but I just never got around to it. Yeah, so first of all, Stellaris is routinely dirt cheap. I love it, and I love introducing people to it, and would love to share it with others. I could shoot the rest of them, like I do see them up on the bridge, but I am actually not particularly flush on sniper bullets right now, so let's just go do the old punching. The other thing about Stellaris is that it is understandably very intimidating for a newcomer to get into because there's so many expansions, and how do you know what's good, what you want to play, what's worthy of your money? I will say this for Stellaris. There's no expansion that I think is individually indispensable. There's no expansion to it where it's like, this is the one you have to get. I feel like people can and should be very comfortable going into Stellaris to say, I'm going to play a bunch of the base game, and I'm going to see what I like about it, what aspects of the game I might like to see expanded upon, like I might want to see more of it, and then know that there's almost certainly an expansion that will do that. I have never had the experience of, I I did press Y. I don't mind being animation locked. I just like the audience to know that there was, in that case, I had made a bad decision and there was no way out of the decision. Nope. What I was about to say is that although I have bought every Solaris expansion at release, so I've never had the experience of being gated out of content, I don't think that playing Solaris without any of the expansions would make you feel gated out of content. I don't feel like you'd be looking at a lot of brick walls and saying, oh, I guess that's what I can't do. Because as far as I know, the options are simply not presented to you. The game does not attempt to guilt trip you into buying the expansion packs. It simply, like, on the main screen lets you know that expansion packs exist. And then if you say, like, boy, you know what? I'd really like to, if only there was an espionage system in here. Or maybe expanded espionage over whatever's in the base game now, then you can get that. Like, there's an expansion pack for that. Boy, I really want to have planet-killing weapons. I want to have the ability to either explode a planet or encase it in an impenetrable shield or, whatever else. There's an expansion pack for that. Like, you want to do more warfare. You can do that, is the point. But you don't feel like you have to invest from that from scratch. Also, there's so many mods. Like, that's the other thing about mods. Like, every update for Solaris... Okay, I can't say every update. One of the things that they have kept up while updating Solaris is adding more robust mod support. The game launched with mod support, and it continues to update its mod support to add more options for the modders. So another thing about Solaris is that if there's something you don't like or you would like to see changed about the game, there's a mod for that, and some of them are really great. I also think that Civilization 6 is a really, really appealing game for me. Every once in a while, and by that I mean like 7 times a year, I will go through a major Civilization 6 kick. And it's not even in response to a new expansion or a new, like, thing. I was just like, man, Civilization 6 is an amazing game. And I'll go in and I'll pick up I'll just, like, grab a civilization that I've never played before. I'll watch the little tutorial video. I don't care about this crap. I'll watch the little, like, introductory video that they have done for that civilization to sort of introduce, like, what their vision is for how it'll be played. And then I'll play an entire game through with that. And sometimes it's a relatively new Civ that's been added to the game through one of the more recent updates, and sometimes it's one of the original ones. But I'll just say, like, yeah, I want to play as Gandhi this time. I want to have really big cities. I don't want to have really, like, a lot of them, but I want to have really, really large cities that output a ton of stuff, and then that's the style that I'll play for that game. But I will note that Civilization 6 is, I think, at its best with a very specific mod that I'll talk about after I interact with this person.
Has lost his flame. See? Over there. The flame is dead cold. Without it, he won't keep his flock of wildfire long.
And I guess this is one of those cases where I could kill him and steal more scrap, but why would I? Even if I didn't have enough scrap for what I wanted, I'd just go find some. There's no incentive for me in this game to murder people for scrap. Okay, let's go, yeah. Head up here. So, my beef with Civilization 6 is the same as a lot of people's. The AI could do with some improvements, particularly later in the game. Like many games, like all games in the Civilization franchise, it has different difficulty levels, and like this is going to be different for different people for sure. But for me, there is a massive leap in difficulty from King difficulty to Emperor. Oh, I didn't know that was... Okay. The difficulty levels in Civilization 6, I'm going to come back for this in a minute. Yeah, because I want the maggot farm parts, but I want to go... I don't want to get sniped while I do it. The difficulty levels in Civilization 6 are like, you know, Settler, Pioneer, Prince, Regent, King, and then Emperor, and then, like, Deity and whatever. I've never played on Deity. I have no interest in trying Deity. Deity is designed to be unfair, to reward people that have really figured out how to exploit the holes in the game for all they're worth. And that's fine. Like, if that's the way that somebody wants to play the game, cool. That's not the way that I like to play the game. I like to, I don't know, have fun with it. I don't have a better phrase for it. But when I play on King difficulty, I always win. And it's commandingly, it doesn't ever feel like it's very close. If I play regular, okay, get out. Okay, I don't want to be on this tar sand. Okay, that was not helpful, Max. That was me trying to dodge and not doing a good job of it. All right, let's fail to pop his wheel. Yeah, well, I'm going to get you more tools. We're actually on our way to go do that. On Emperor difficulty, I can win and have done so, but Emperor difficulty is, in my view, too hard. It's not a difficulty that I enjoy playing on, because for me, it comes down to equal points luck, and sometimes, yeah, exploiting holes in the AI to be able to get away with things that numerically, statistically, I shouldn't be able to get away with. And neither of those two things are fun for me. But here's the good news. There's a mod for Civilization 6 that I think is actually called Smoother Difficulty, where what it does is it looks at those higher difficulty levels, like Emperor... Yeah, I just don't know where he's coming from is the trouble. How are we coming, Chumbucket? Can I get back behind the driver's seat? Alright. Yeah, this is the scrap farm with the maggot. Sorry, scrap location with the maggot farm. Alright, so he takes his shot. Hopefully I can dial in this. Even he was embarrassed for me. He saw that little head wave. So, yeah, there's a mod, and what it does is it replaces some of the starting game bonuses in Civilization 6 that the AI will get. Like a free, just a free extra settler that they get at the beginning of the game that is a huge advantage for them to just start with a second city right away. Even if they're not smart about putting it down, they don't have to be, because they're immediately going to be producing a lot more than you are as a player. And again, you can exploit them to like vitiate that advantage, but it doesn't feel good to me. So it takes away like the free settler and stuff, and instead gives them escalating bonuses later in the game where they need it. So I like the Smoother Difficulty mod for Civilization 6, and this is a big one, using it doesn't invalidate achievements. So you can still play and like you work your way through whatever oddball achievement that you might be trying to go to and have a better time with it. So yeah, I'm actually a big fan of that mod. Okay, let me grab this off you real quick. Keeping one eye on that dude in the back, because I know that he's going to do his unblockable charge at some point. Okay, I went to hold A. There we go. There's a really good fight. It's a shame that it had to end it partway phase through a wall. I will also say that for as much as I've enjoyed Civilization 6, my best Civilization stories still come out of Civilization 4. And it is because the AI in Civilization 4 was such an asshole, and I hated it so much that I came out of it with, like, a lot of stories about, can you believe what this asshole AI did to me for 700 years? Just... Oh, I really like... But the thing is, I will say this. I have not been able to return to Civilization 4 since playing Civilization 5 and 6 because I never enjoyed that Stack of Doom gameplay. You can learn to work it, but so does the AI. It's a system that's very good for the AI to figure out how to use, and there's just this feeling of doom when the AI rolls up on you with this incredibly large pile of enemies that you're just like, I can't work. Like, you just reload the game. You start a new game in certain circumstances. And yeah, there's the argument to be made that you messed up and it's your fault, and agreed, true. But I guess I just like the way that Civilization 5 and 6 flow a little bit better. So, like, in the balance, what's your favorite Civ game? None of them. I actually like all of them. I like, for everything that I just said, I could go back to Civilization 4. It's just, every time I think about it, I'm like, yeah, but Civilization 6 still has so many things that I haven't done and tried yet. Wait, how do you get out of here? Hopefully over here? Yes, and I just refueled the car, so I don't need to worry about that.
See the blue? Blue means water.
All right. Yeah, I want to, I at least want to do this. So let's head up there. We're going to get the two, scarecrows. Like, for me, favorite game isn't even something that I feel like I can boil down to a genre. Like, what's your favorite 4X strategy game? What's your favorite action-adventure game? Because I'm not sure that I have an answer that I feel... And yeah, it dropped some scrap. I'm fine with it. Like, I really, really loved the entire Batman franchise. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and, like, to a lesser extent, but still to an impressive one, I had a really great time with Arkham Origins. Arkham Origins is underrated. It's not as good as the others, but it is a very good game. Like, Arkham Origins is one of those games that, if not for the other games in its own franchise, people would laud as a high watermark. Oh, okay, I'm really stuck on something. A high watermark for, like, action combat games. It's very good. It just isn't as good as some of its own direct contemporaries.
Yes, I will not leave her here.
Dare come and fight me?
But at the same time, like, I adore Ninja Gaiden 2, for example. I really like that game. I'm not sure that it's as good, but which one do I like more? I don't know. I don't know that I can answer that question. I think that both Stardew Valley and Graveyard Keeper are masterful games. Like, I think that they're great. Which one do I like more? Which one would I want to play? Well, that depends a lot on what kind of mood that I'm in, because those games have a drastically different tone. And... oh boy. Sarah, I'm going to need you to cut that out. Okay, there's one more scrap pile and a survey crew part. That's what I really want. Carolina says, I don't think I've ever played any Civ game. So, I mean, it would be odd for me to... Okay, I really want that ammo, though. I don't know how to recommend a Civilization game to an adult who hasn't played one, because I kind of feel like if it was for you, you would have tried it for now. And I want to make sure that I'm not saying that in any way of like like I don't want that to sound dismissive at all, but like Civilization, it's like the Xerox of the 4X strategy games. It's the Coke of 4X strategy games. It is the poster child. It is the standard for the genre. So if in all these years of everybody talking about Civilization and doing previews of Civilization and now Let's Plays of Civilization, if you haven't seen anything that would make you say, I want to play Civilization, I cannot imagine that like playing it would turn that around. I could be wrong. Like maybe, you know, I don't know, like I damn near missed out on Thief because I was too proud to give it a fair shot, and only in returning to Thief the Dark Project did I develop an appreciation for stealth-based games. So maybe there's somebody out there like that, but yeah, I feel like Civilization, like in the year 2021, Civilization is either a franchise that, more scrap crew parts, yes please. The scrap crew is a really, really good upgrade because it, whoa. Scrap crew is the one that like automatically collects scrap for you, so it's really good. That said, I would never tell somebody not to try Civilization. Like, I would never say, and unlike, like Legend of Zelda, I'm not sure that I would tell somebody, this is the good Legend of Zelda, this is the best one. Like, I have my opinion, but I recognize that my opinion is different from others. There are people in the world that don't think highly of Civilization 6. That said, it would be a very interesting thing to me to tell somebody, don't play Civilization 5, don't play 6, go back to 4. I'm not saying you'd have a bad time with it. I'm saying that 4 might feel mechanically and graphically very dated to somebody who's trying to visit the series for the first time, whereas both Civ 5 and Civ 6 would be much more approachable for a lot of reasons. Okay, who's doing that? Guys, I'll be right back. We're just gonna keep getting interrupted. Oh! I went to shotgun him. Okay. Alright, I'm coming back down. Alright, boys, let's hit it.
No! He's empty! Clap down!
Oh, that was great. Not only did he like dispose of the corpse, but he just like ragdolled it around the corner. Yeah, so just for me, I think that, you know, if somebody wanted to get into Civilization, like, I've always heard about this. I mean, let me give it a shot. You can get the complete edition of Civilization 4 for an absolute song. And I think that it would be an interesting, like Civilization 4 was a fantastic game. It is to this day considered by many to be the best game in the franchise. I don't disagree with that. You might find its visual, like its graphical presentation and stuff, rather dated, but it's an old game. And in every other way, it's really, really good. That said, if a person had, you know, if they were like, well, you know, I got cash, I'm not worried about it, and this Steam sale is going to be good enough. Civilization 6, I feel like, is a more approachable and Civilization 6 feels like it has a higher abundance of interesting choices that you're making throughout the entire game. And here's what I mean by that specifically. One of the magical elements of Civilization is seeing this open tapestry of a map, this open canvas of landscape be transformed over the decades and centuries to something different, where the terrain features are still there, but now they are accompanied by roads and hamlets and mines, and I'm trying to think of like some other things that are like in Civilization 3 and Civilization 4, and cities, and of course cities, where that terrain is being actively harvested by citizens, and these things have come to mean something to your civilization. What Civilization 6 specifically does above and beyond its predecessors is not only is the terrain added to, but it's been transformed into something different. Not just enhanced, but something altogether new through your interaction. It's not as much as what you could do in Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri still has, that game is ridiculous, and remains to be matched in the 4X genre for the... I really thought I got a successful parry off there, but whatever. But what Civilization 6 does that none of its predecessors quite are able to match is the feeling of, you know what I mean? I got the scrap crew parts. I wouldn't mind getting the scrap pallet, because that's a big dump of scrap. I wouldn't mind having that. I don't know where it is. We're gonna take a look at... Oh, here it is. In every Civilization game, a mountain is a mountain. It is unpassable terrain. It's not harvestable for very much. It's just sort of one of those things that you need to navigate around or use as a natural defensive choke point if it's accompanied by other mountains nearby. In Civilization 6, a mountain is a high source of science, so it has a different exploitative opportunity to it, and the source of a mountain tunnel that will allow your units to not only traverse that space, but to almost virtually teleport through it, because it's got this, you can move very quickly to the opposite side of a mountain range, and depending on how those mountains are arranged, a very long distance, it becomes a real strategic and trade benefit that didn't exist before you got new technology, and now the mountain has been transformed into not only passable terrain, but supremely passable terrain. There are options and civilizations in Civilization that benefit from tundra in a way that no previous game ever did. Tundra was a dead zone. It's the area of the map that you try to stay out of, and over the course of Civilization 3 and 4 and 5, they worked on adding more reasons to go into those territories, but as of Civilization 6, there are civilizations that get unique bonuses from colonizing Tundra that don't exist anywhere else. Like, for example, I want to say that Canada can build farms on Tundra that are, I don't know that they're better than regular farms, but because the Tundra is not going to be exploited by almost any other civilization to the same extent. You know, I think Russia gets some bonuses, Switzerland gets some bonuses, but Canada get some benefits from living in tundra that no other civilization does. So it's sort of like an open area that they get to exploit that other civs are kind of generally disincentivized from going after. And that's cool. It's a reason to play as Canada. Switzerland, by the way, has, like, if I understand it correctly, they get specific, they get specific bonuses from having cities and certain districts that are in different biomes. So although Switzerland isn't going to exclusively be in the tundra, they have a vested interest in getting a city into the tundra at some point, and into the desert, and into, like, I don't know, the grassland and the hills and every other thing that you can do. So Civilization has incentives to engage with the landscape in ways that no other game had, and I feel like that's one of its biggest benefits. The map isn't quite a character like it is in Alpha Centauri. The map is an active player in the game in Alpha Centauri, which is, it's just baller. It's so cool. But I feel like the map is more dynamic, more rewarding, more interesting to develop over time in Civilization 6 than it is in any other Civ game. The only game that feels like it might be similar in that regard is Mankind, and I still cannot quite work out if Mankind, the game from Amplitude Studios, is a complete game yet. I've seen a lot of people playing it. What I haven't seen is a lot of people losing at it. It feels like the AI in Mankind, or Humankind rather, Humankind, it feels like the AI may be one of those things that is technically present, and it's voting present. Like, it's like, I do exist. There is an AI that is moving units and building cities. I'm not yet convinced that it is that it's capable of playing the game, and that is unfortunately something that Amplitude Studios, I gotta dodge. It's something that Amplitude Studios has had problems with in the past. They're very good at designing systems. They're not very good, in my experience, at designing AIs that can play those systems. Oh! I saw him over there. I didn't think that he had a brick. Sorry, I just really liked the brief pause. I was seeing if he was going to attack me, and I was like, I'm in fury mode. I got it. And I'll also say that about, like, games like Minecraft, games like Space Engineers, games like so I haven't played any Scrap Mechanic or Terra Tech yet. Carolina, I want to do a stream of Terra Tech. I'm going to do that as like an audition stream this weekend. I gotta find a time to do that. I want to see what Carolina thinks of Terra Tech. I've never played it, but I want to know what Carolina says about it. Oh, sorry. The abandoned thought there was... The thing about those games is that you don't have to worry about the AI implementation, because that's not what the game is about. A game like Civilization... Hold on. Got a picture of... This is a praying mantis, is that right? It's not a sick bug. That is a praying mantis. If it's not, is it... Okay, so let me rephrase. This is what I think a praying mantis looks like. These guys are going to take over the whole planet, my man. Just look at that freaky head.
Yeah. Those insects were good eating. Yeah, they ran out too.
This must be what he talked about.
Chum's Holy Wrench. All right. It's a good wrench. Kill Mr. Green in the study with this. Okay, wait, but before I fail to do it, let's get the upgrade. Yep. Get it? And now... There we go. Okay. Now, I've also gotten some other new upgrades that I didn't know about. Top speed is 80% faster. Sounds good. And we can upgrade the boost again. And upgrade the Thunderpoon at least once. Oh yeah, decrease reload time, please. Okay, now, here's the big question. Can I unlock any other archangels? Let's find out. So... Let me go all the way back to the beginning, to the one thing that I have. Yep, okay, so here's the jack. I got it all. Next one up. Look! No. Yes, I can. Okay, so let's select this. And we're going to upgrade this. Got it. And then we're going to upgrade whatever this is, front and rear barbs. Oh, so wait, do I... Ready to be built. So how do I build it? Build. Yes. Awesome. I may never drive this because now we're going to go see what other archangels I can get. So I can't quite build this because I need to defeat Cocklocka. So I might as well just wait on that. This one I can build. Oops. All right, let's get this. I'm going to get these worse tires than the ones that I've been using. Little guy lift. Sure. And now the paint job, I think. Okay. Now we'll build it. Okay. Are there any others? Yes, there are. Boy, this is great. We've spent so much time not driving any of the archangels that now I'm going to have so many that I'm also not going to drive because now I have too many. Okay, let's build. Now, this one's heavy. So far, I've only been driving around in medium cars. So this would be my first heavy one. But again, not done yet, because we're going to go over here and we're going to upgrade whatever the hell this is. Grandmaster rims. Got it. And then the black tar upgrade. And install. Oops. I meant build. Carolina says, Terratech is also on my list of games that I want to play. I've been watching some of that, but not played myself. It's been on my wish list for a while. Not sure if I've actually bought it. Though I have this feeling it will fall short compared to... Well, I mean, the thing is... I feel like Terratech is... Sorry, I should finish the thought. I feel like it will fall short compared to Space Engineers. I feel like Terratech is going for something very different. So this is Speed Demon... which I can build. Yes. Okay, so we got that. Now, yeah. Guys, I do not know at what point in our lives I gain the ability to build all of these, but we're basically going to get everything we can so that we can rapidly switch between these different archangels and check some of them out. Okay, so here's where we get to, those are padlocked out. Two things padlocked out, padlocked out, padlock, 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 padlock. Okay, so what is the best... So what's the latest one that I can get? So that's the Sanguine Guardian. The Guardian will deflect the flames of our enemies as if by magic we fear lest their pitiful pipes of fire and flying daggers. So let's start with this one, and then we're going to take a look at some of the others. So pretty good on attack and defense, pretty good weaponry. And I think the pluses means that we get an extra bonus because it's one of the archangels. We can go down here, which is worse in every way except for speed. This one compared to what I've gotten is... This one's actually really good. Look, the handling isn't as good, but look at how much higher the grinding and border defense is. I want to try Righteous Spike. All right, and then if I wanted to look at any of this stuff, so the kill box is very good on attack. Soul Sweeper is very good on defense. And then Pinky Finger is much, much better on handling. Well, let's try this one, is the whole point. Like, Space Engineers feels like it's the game for, if you can envision it, you can build it. I mean, probably not literally. Like, I don't think you can build a hovercraft, or you'd have to get some mods in order to be able to do it. But it is very much about taking this collection of Lego pieces and then building whatever your heart desires, down to the conveyor systems, the gyroscopes, the placement of the engines and stuff. And I feel like TerraTech is a little bit more about designing vehicles to accomplish specific missions. It feels like, and I've never played it, so I could be absolutely dead wrong, and if I play it, then it might come out that this is a game for babies. I don't know. But from what little I've seen of it, it feels a little bit more like they were like, hey everybody, remember Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts? Remember that game where, like, it was all about, like, building creative vehicles to get some sort of a thing accomplished? What if we really expanded that idea?
Shaft of undying torque. Oh, give me one of these babies, and I will twist nuts like never before.
Hey, Chumbucket, thanks for completely rebuilding the car with a totally different body while I was in there. That's mighty awesome of you. Okay, so this thing already feels like a big tank, and that's fine. Do we want to go here? I'll tell you what, we got 40 minutes until the watch party, so I'm going to say yes. Let's go ahead and do it. Carolina says, there's no space there, right? And it's only one planet, and it's not really a sandbox game. The other ones are enemies, I think. Looks more simplified for sure. Yeah, I think that, like, by more, I don't know, from more simplified, I think that's probably true, but it's more goal-oriented. And that's, like, in that the game has specific goals that it intends for you to follow. And that is something that I feel like might appeal to me, not more, but differently compared to Space Engineers. Space Engineers is a great open world for you to do pretty much whatever you would like to do. And there's different starting conditions and other ways that they sort of encourage that. Whereas TerraTech feels like it's mission and goal based. So it's sort of going for a different thing. And I like having things that are, you know, different. They emphasize different factors towards the same thing. Because, of course, Space Engineers also has missions and stuff that you can do. It's less front and center, I'd say.
Stay put. I'm gonna look around.
Don't forget the outcrier, the race. People do forget here.
All right, I kind of want to save that for the next episode so that we can go do it. Enter the underbelly. I assume that this is something that I do from inside the base. Remember that the story here is that Chumbucket was working here and they caught him stealing things. He was secreting away supplies. So let me see if I can get over to this blue dot from inside the base. Okay. Check plus. We've already done it. But yeah, I kind of want to try TerraTech, and I'll tell you why. Because I've said this on many occasions now. Cara Luna is super making me want to load up Space Engineers. But, like, I've played Space Engineers, and I'm worried that if I reinstall it, it'll be this streamer effect where watching somebody play has reinvigorated my interest, where what I'm actually enjoying is Cara Luna playing it, and I'm mistaking that for a desire to play myself. So maybe what I should do is try out something fresh. Like, Cara Luna is showing me a great game. Maybe the answer here is to try out something new, and maybe I'll wind up showing him a great game. That feels more reciprocal than just following along after what Carolyn is doing. But I might also play some Space Engineers because that game is great. Okay. So the underbelly is a maze, it feels like. As soon as you start running into dead ends, I'm like, oh dear. So let me see if that just following the blue dot will overall lead me in the right direction. Keeping one eye out for any other scrap piles. I don't particularly care if I clear out this entire area. Okay, I bet that opens later.
Down here.
I should have looked at the sculpture a little bit more. I thought it was like an elf hat for like one of Santa's elves. This sculpture captures the essence of the postmodern socio-political strata as well as the inner landscape of the urban outsider. It speaks lengths of our need for comfort in an increasingly hostile world, as well as offering a blistering lecture on our need for humility. Yep.
Oh, it's a world of critics. I wonder how I would be judged today.
Important news about Horizon 2. Like, non-spoilery good news about Horizon 2, but I don't know if we're about to get some dialogue. I believe in a very... Like, if you're watching these episodes chronologically, I don't think it was the last episode, but the one before, there was a conversation about that at the time, it had been announced that there would be no upgrade path for people who bought the PlayStation 4 version of Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Sorry, it's not Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero, or for Forbidden West. That's what it's called. Horizon Forbidden West. At the time, it was a news story and an official announcement that there would be no upgrade path from the PlayStation 4 version to the PlayStation 5 version. That is now incorrect information.
I must be waiting to turn this off.
Okay, so we're going to follow this... Oh, right here, actually. They've updated that. They've walked that back. There is going to be an upgrade version, an upgrade option. I don't happen to know how expensive it is, but for sure, much less expensive than repurchasing the game, which I think is an extremely smart move. Carolyn says, I think you should play and stream what you want and not think about what I may or may not get out of watching you play it. Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I'm mostly being facetious when I say, like, I want to, like, offer something in return. But, like, TerraTech has been on the docket as something that I'd like to check out. Like, we bought it a while ago, like a couple Steam sales ago, and sort of like, let's have this available for when I'm interested in playing it. And it occurred to me right now while playing this, like, well, wait, what if that scratches the Space Engineer's itch and we get to try out something new and show it to other people? So I feel like it's a win-win-win all the way down. All right. Let's, nope. Let's go get this first. Okay, that was not the A button. So, yeah. I just wanted to share that information with people who might watch this and might have heard that old information. And, like, again, people watching it in the future. Oh, reroute the flow before it kills me. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, let's hurry then. Sorry, whatever dialogue there was happening may have to stop because I actually need to focus in more tightly on what's happening. You can see the health in the bottom left-hand corner is going down.
This place is a dark maze.
Okay, well, the way through a dark maze is to... Oh, it actually does mark on the map. Okay, a few thoughts started there. So number one, if you're watching this in the future and saw that there was a previous conversation about there being no upgrade path, and you're looking with your future eyes and saying, well, that's a weird thing for him to say because I can just drop 10 or 20 or whatever the amount is to upgrade. Yeah, that's a brand new update, and I'm very glad that they're doing that. I think that's a smart move. I think that it shows a higher degree of respect for the customer, because again, a lot of people that don't have a PlayStation 4 now, or sorry, PlayStation 5 right at the moment, that's not out of desire. Like the people aren't intentionally passing up the opportunities to buy their PlayStation 5s. People with the money, means, and willingness are not able to find a console to purchase, and it would be like a bad decision to have to make, to say, well, I can buy Horizon Forbidden West now and then have to repurchase it when I get the PlayStation 5, or choose not to purchase it at all in the hopes that someday I will have access to a PlayStation 5. So the good news is now that's not a concern, and people can buy it for the console that they have and have hopefully a less expensive upgrade path. Okay, Valve's got. Now I think the flame jet that was blocking me off over here should be turned off.
Finally.
I nearly died in there, but the gas is now flowing through the pipes, fueling Deep Fry's pilot light. He can resume his sermons. So a real net loss then. Okay, let's do a couple things before I forget. Let's go get the... Okay, so I could do this. If I do this, does it mess up my, Archangel? Righteous Spike. That's the one that I wanted. So I'm gonna, again, build this so that I'm driving it. I don't know if the frame upgrade or whatever was gonna mess that up. I want to, like, try out one of these Archangels. Oh, I am by myself. I really want to get into a fight with this now that I have it. All right, so he's got a new mission I can go do. Let me jet down here. I also want to get a sense for the fuel consumption, because this is a heavier vehicle than we're accustomed to driving. It's not going to be as fast, but I'd like to see how it handles in a fight if the ramming is, if it hits a lot harder. Gotta say, I'm not excessively concerned about the fuel consumption so far. Still at a full tank from here. Oh, and we do have an option for a fight. A history relic. Sure. I gotta say, the flame jets in the car are surprisingly fun to use. I sort of thought, like, who wants to shoot, you know, fire at metal or whatever? But look at this. I get to just melt right through whatever that guy's going on. It takes a lot of fuel. I just dropped by, like, a full third of my tank, if not more. But still, to melt his frame. All right, we're definitely going to need a refuel now.
The blue tarp means they collect night drippings, so maybe we can get some water.
Okay, and we also upgraded, like, that big wrench upgrade is that he should do this way faster now. Oh, yeah, look down there at the bottom right.
Yes,
Look how fast
I
he
will
is.
protect her, Saint. But don't be long, please.
The other thing that I'd like to touch on is there was an update on Tashir's Twitter. If you're not currently following him, I highly recommend that you look up Tashir Rizé. I always forget if it's at Tashir Rizé or at Tashir Games. I always forget the Twitter handle, but he is... If you do a search for Tashir Rizé, Tasherre, then the last name is Risay, you will be able to find him very easily on Twitter. And I bring that up because it's the best place to go right now to find updates on how he's doing. And how he's doing is there was going to be a routine, like, if I read the tweet correctly, he was scheduled for sort of a routine checkup, but wound up having there were some complications, and he wound up going to the emergency room. His doctor was able to get him immediately and get him in immediately. And as of the tweet, he was back home and continuing to recuperate. But I just wanted to bring it up because we've been talking about it some as we've gone through, and the situation is sort of like still in progress, and I wanted to share that information and encourage people that if you are not yet, to follow Tashir Games here on Twitch, but also on YouTube, and send him your best wishes, because we're really missing a very important member of the community right now, and I want him to know that it's that we miss him, and we're looking forward to him being back as soon as possible, but not before he's ready and not before, like, he's feeling a lot better. This picture is so sad. Just minutes later, the bombs dropped. I think the kid made it, though. I hope so.
I wouldn't wish survival on anyone. Not he.
One of the, like, ongoing stories here of Mad Max, of the world of Mad Max that we've picked up on, is that, like, in finding the history relics and some of Max's own reminiscing, the world was collapsing for a lot of time before the general population realized it. And when it all came apart, when it could no longer be ignored, it happened very quickly. There was suddenly a general breakdown of social order, a collapse of the food supply, the waters receded, there was some sort of a plague throughout, like, the early phases. I've missed something here, some sort of scrap, but I'm okay with it. There was a period in time when the governments were still saying everything is fine, it's just dissidents, don't pay any attention to it. Oh, hello to Dougler! Hello to Dougler, and everybody coming over. I hope that you had a great time watching Dougler. Dougler, thank you for the lurk, but also now thank you for the raid. I hope you had a great time playing. We are getting ready to wrap up here relatively soon, but we are currently playing... Okay, good. I found a minefield. Maybe not super good because I'm in the middle of it. Oh, okay. We can do something about this. We are playing Mad Max. We just got ourselves a brand new Archangel, which is sort of one of the vehicle presets that is, you know, you get a few bonuses for driving one of them. Hold on, I don't really want to go into the mud. I'm driving a much... Okay, hold on a second. But yeah, we just got like a brand new cool car, which is the one that I'm driving. It's heavier, it's tougher, it's easier to repair than anything that we've piloted previously. hold on a second. I really need to bring this guy down to my size. He just squibbed right in the middle. Okay. Are we doing okay? I mean, I'm doing okay. Oh, Douglas did some art. Excellent. I hope that was also a good time. I am very impressed. Like, for me, I come on and I play games. Like, I'm engaging with somebody else's art. And as we're going, have the freedom to share my thoughts on how effective I think it is, you know, what I might want to see done differently. But I'm not creating art. So it's always very impressive to me when someone like Dougler, Papalotko, that violin chick, who I know is, like me, is a big fan of that violin chick, when they are actually doing art, they're performing, they're creating, they're making something that didn't exist at the beginning of the stream. And Papalotko in particular would sometimes express some frustration that the projects that she started wouldn't work out ultimately the way that she wanted. And I was always like, but Papalotko, look at what you did. Like, you made something new, and it's just very impressive to me. So yeah, I hope that you had a great time, Dougler, because I think that it's very, very impressive when people make something like that on stream. Also, yeah, quick reminder for people who are here or anybody that raided over. And I think Dougler's saying that happens a lot, that, like, the thing that you have in mind doesn't work out. Yeah, but, like, so I'm not an artist, and I don't think that anybody benefits from a pep talk from me about artistry. But I feel like you learn something every time. Like, you don't start being awesome at art. It's something that comes over time and practice and refining your craft. And I suspect that the best artists in the world have many, 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 like many magnitudes more failures behind them than successes. So I like to say it, because even though I feel like people who know art and like art and are skilled at art, they already know it, I feel like there might be some benefit to knowing that the audience knows it as well. Their market understands it. Hold on. For no good reason, I want to pull this down. Yuck. Oh, God. Ugh. Don't worry. We'll get out of this. Dooley says, I have about 7 or 8 drawings that I bailed on because I couldn't finish them. Yeah, Papalotko had things that she would, like, and things that I was very impressed with as well. And I've liked your art streams as well, Dougler. So for anybody, because chat has a tendency to expire, for anybody who doesn't have the benefit of seeing the chat conversation, we're talking with Dougler93, that's Doogler 93. Oh, boo. My style is, if I'm going to take one hit, I might as well take all of them. Okay, shotgun's not going to work right now.
You're going to hurt. Someone take him out.
Boy, this was really a lot of unnecessary damage. I really flubbed that. But yeah, Dougler does some gameplay, but also some art streams, so I hope that people will check him out. Like we like to say of any sort of like person who's comparatively recently started streaming, you won't know if he's your favorite streamer until you check him out. Like, give him an episode, send him a follow, and check it out.
Hear that? We come for you. The Legion will split you open. Guns for glory! How is it to have just seconds?
Oh, bullshit. Shiv Punisher. Shiv Punisher before anybody hits you.
Come to you!
No! I could see it coming, and I had that man upside down in my arms. Oh, I really wanted to finish out the combo, too. Yeah, Douglas specifying that he does, art in the morning and games at night. I have to make some tough decisions about what happens at the end of this stream, which is going to be pretty soon now, because the original intent had been to stream a little bit of Mad Max, then do a workout, then enjoy some good lunch while we watch the watch party on Mia's Discord. And now, the watch party is going to start in a very short amount of time, and I'm starving. I'm really hungry. So I'm not sure that it's in me, either the time or the energy to do a workout. The workout will still happen, fear not, but I'm just the arc of the day is a little bit different than it was going to be. Oh, in other news, we might, and I do stress might, get a chance to do a special Tuesday afternoon stream this week, because I've got some medical appointments that are stacked up on Tuesday, and there might be some space between them. So depending on, and I should specify afternoon in the northeastern part of the United States time. So, and unfortunately, it's not a guarantee. And if we don't get a chance to do an afternoon stream, there might be sort of a different one that leads into game night with the peeps. But just sort of like looking forward to the possibility. No big promises. We'll always want to make it clear that if we could do a schedule, we would.
Wasted ruffian! Kill the clacker!
Also, like, I don't want to open the map right now, but just so that everybody knows, I'm not actually certain where I am. I don't remember coming into this place. I really got caught up talking about, I don't know, Terra Tech or Douglas Art or something. Wound up autopiloting a little bit to get into this area. Ah, well, we got a project part, so it was definitely worth it. Okay, so this location is now fully looted. No, is there... I'm going to check to see where do the project parts go? That's my question. So I did the large stockpile. I have the dog and buggy, but I don't have anything else here. So, like, the update, I just got part 1 of 1 for a water project, right? So that has to be at Deep Fry's, right? It has to be, because it's definitely not all the way back at What's-His-Face's. So how do I leave this place quickly? Let's go to fast travel. Yeah, let's fast travel here, because I don't want to navigate my way out of the building. Oh, hello to Brian! Ugh. Sorry, I'm stretching. Brian, I hope you're having a nice weekend so far. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit this, and then I want to go turn in the project parts, because otherwise I'm gonna forget to build them, and then I'm not going to have the benefits of having the water project being done and stuff. I don't know if Kira Luna's here, but I do have a question. Like I've already been thinking about this a lot, which is, he said that he's out of role-playing now. Did he used to role-play? And if so, what was his role-playing game of preference? You know, Dungeons and Dragons is the sort of like the go-to one. Yeah, so Kira Luna, what was your preferred, like when you say that you're out of it now, what did it used to be for you? What was your role-playing game of choice? And also, does anybody know? Let me open this up to everybody. Yeah, so Kira Luna says yes when he was young. Let me open this up to anybody. And I'm actually going to pause. So I want everybody to hear the question because I really want this to happen. Does anybody know where we can watch I think it's Dark Dungeons or Darkest Dungeons or something like that. I think it's Dark Dungeons, which is it's the movie, the live action movie that's based on the Chick track about the dangers of Dungeons and Dragons and how it corrupts your soul and causes you to commit suicide and like lose touch with reality. Where can we find that? Because apparently it was like free on the YouTube's channel for a while and it's not there now. Like you could watch it with ads. Does anybody know where that can be found now for the purpose of a watch party? Because I really want to watch that with Mia. I've never seen it. I want to make that very clear. But I want to see that with Mia, and I want to know, is there any way that we can make that happen without like, if we wind up buying it, we wind up buying it, and that's fine. But I'm just curious what the options are that exist. Dark Dungeons, I think that's what it's called.
Oh, no.
So Force has said no. Force, no. Forgiving. So Carolyn is saying Ars Magica, but then Centrifugal Force is saying fantasynetwork.com. Here's my question. Is that a safe site? Because other people have recommended it. Does anybody know if that's a safe and credible site? Because I am 100% on board for hosting a watch party and making sure that Mia is available. I just, don't want to get a keystroke logger or some sort of bit miner like like installed on the system at the same time. So can anybody vouch for that? But Force, have you been there and have you watched things and it went okay? Because that would, just any experience would mean a lot.
Chumbucket. I've only heard of him. But now I also need to see him, in front of me. Please, drive him near to me. Show him to me. I have this loot here if you want it.
He is 4 feet over my shoulder. He's literally right here. Drive Chum in front of the man.
More warped than they said. Yet he is so beautiful. A fine creature of our playful wilderness. Thank you.
All right. Kind of a weird way to talk about a person, but I guess if Chumbucket doesn't mind, I'm gonna let it slide. Okay, now let's go turn in the whatever it's called. The project parts. The reason I want to watch Dark Dungeons with Mia specifically is that, and Mia has shared this information on stream, so I'm not saying anything that hasn't been previously shared. Mia herself was barred, forbidden from playing Dungeons and Dragons when she was younger, which, by the way, was Kira Luna's answer. I did see the answer, that it was 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons, and I do want to read the rest of it when we arrive at our destination. But, like, Mia was not allowed to play because it was satanic. It was of the devil. It was going to, like warp your personality and make you a lazy layabout who lost touch with reality and became violent and so forth. The satanic panic of it all. And that's specifically why I want her to see it, because it's not just, I think for her, the quote moral unquote of Dark Dungeons would resonate particularly well. Also, even notwithstanding the watch party, I've got to stop playing this, and I'll tell you why. We are entering into that special time of the year when, for a good chunk of the day, the sun is streaming in the window directly behind where I'm playing. So, yeah, it's gonna entail a little bit of a move, a little bit more towards console stuff, or hanging up some blackout curtains against this window, because it's happening right now. And, oh, Force, like, you and I were talking earlier in the streaming history about ocular migraines. This specific thing is what triggers them. So, yeah, look at how many project parts we have. This is great. Oh, yeah, specifically Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, that's what my friends and I played as well, but we just called it D&D. But yes, as Caroluna says, there is actually technically a difference between Dungeons and Dragons and Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I will confess, I've never known anyone who played first or second edition regular Dungeons and Dragons. When the topic of D&D came up, they were always talking about AD&D. Carolina, if I can ask on our in our final moment, did you have a particular character class or character that you think back on well? Like this is the one that I really enjoyed, that I had I really liked this character. Because when we were younger, I was sort of like the designated DM, because I was the one that understood the rules, that had read all about them. I rarely, if ever, got to play. So most of my memories are of being a very, very bad DM. So there's one thing over here that I can't do. That's the armory. And that's because it's a mission. Build a workbench. Yeah, okay. So that's not a big deal. But it does look like there's something up here as well. This is blue. Oh, nope. Part needed. What? Okay, oh, that's right, that's the mission. Yeah, usually orange silhouettes are things that you cannot build yet, and blue silhouettes are the ones that you can. But I guess the blue silhouettes might mean, in some cases, hey, you also have the ability to go get this part. It's actually marked on your map. Go to the blue dot. Okay, but we are not going to the blue dot right now. What we're going to do is, I'm going to shoot over here. We're going to do a quick autosave, and then we're going to... Oh, interesting. Caroluna tended to play barbarian-type characters. Wow, because that's 100% what Mia's into right now. Okay, and on our way out, we're going to go find somebody fun to raid, and I'll say to my great relief and happiness, we actually didn't get any stupid bot follows. It's not a topic that I usually want to dwell on because I don't want to draw the attention, but yeah, I'm relieved that maybe things are less bad today than they were yesterday, because yesterday, boy, that was oh, perfect. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm so sorry. Hold on one second. Yes. So we are going to throw a raid over to the Killer Bits, because he was very, very kind and raided over to us, I think as recently as last week, and turned us on to the Oxventure playthrough of Blades in the Dark, which we've still only seen the first 2 episodes, but it was great. I really enjoyed it. So if you've had fun watching Mad Max, great news. There's more Mad Max in your future as soon as we raid over. Please also check out folks like Centrifugal Force, Caroluna, Azaric, Dougler93. We talked about him earlier. Let me just see if there's anybody. Jab was here earlier. I hope that Jab has a great weekend as well. Oh, and it looks like he might still be here. Might be away from the keyboard. But thank you very much to Jab for hanging out. And also, if more Mad Max is, you're sort of Mad Maxed out, Samalander is currently playing Farming Simulator 19. Ben Raging is on to RimWorld. Freddie Stone is playing some Escape from Tarkov. And oh, look, Lady B is actually doing a crafting stream. So, yep, Jab is still here. Well, I just wanted to thank you for hanging out and the chat, but we're going to go jump over to the Killer Bits for some more Mad Max and to repay that raid from the other day. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.